And welcome back to another episode of Candlekeep Mysteries, the Seal Pages of Verglas. We are the Rollers of Fate. I am Mo, and with me until the end of time is Cisco Blanco.
Yay. Thank you guys for being there.
We are
Hello.
we are the DMs, and as DMs, we are just the narrators of the story, but the true storytellers are our Master of Fates, which are our players. We have Lucky, welcome back, Mark, Luke, Andy, Joey, and now bestowed with the Ring of Power himself, we have Ross. Say hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone.
Amazing. All right, on to the announcements. Cisco, take it away.
All right. For those of you who are new to the stream and have not watched our previous episodes, you can please check us out straight away after this stream finish here in Twitch. Otherwise, you can go to YouTube at our Rollers of Fate D&D, where you can also see all our older episodes and one-shots and Dining in Barovia and so on. And that airs on Sunday, and and the one-shots are all there. Also, we have as well Twitter if you want to send us any fun art we have a Rollets of Fate Gmail. I don't know. You've changed the wording. I'm confused. So if you want to send us fun art, please send it to rolletsoffatednd@gmail.com. Or we have a Twitter channel at FateDND when you can catch up to our up-to-date news and relate it with schedule. Also, our games can be a little bit gory and scary sometimes, so be aware that you have been warned. We can get a bit crazy. And I'll leave it back to you, Mo. Thank you.
Thank you very
for that.
much. Mark, go ahead. You have an announcement?
Yes, most likely next week Wednesday we will start my campaign called the Eye of Observation. So be ready to start that up.
Yay.
For sure. We are looking forward to that. I believe it is going to be a very chaos campaign from the
Yep.
looks
Yes.
from the looks of it. But look, 100% looking forward to that. So stay tuned for that on next Wednesday. We'll have it up and running. All right. I guess that's all for the announcements. We're gonna kick back into the game and. We'll see how that goes. All right, 1 second. Let me just see. All right. Thanks to all of you for being here playing with us, and to everyone who is tuning in from home. Please make yourself comfortable as we settle in and to see what mysteries shall be revealed today. Music Maestro. The true visage of one's face hides between the layers of history, cemented in the fabrics of time itself. But as each minute that passes, it resurfaces and breaks through to show its true self once again. Previously on the seal pages of Verglas, the party had one final destination to ensure the safety of the Gripply village. They moved swiftly towards the temple, where they freed 3 Gripply villagers and heard the screaming of other captures inside the temple itself. They prepared themselves in disguise to outwit the Yuan-Ti ritual, but before they could enter, the ritual had already ended, as the sound of stone on stone could be heard grinding, and the final screams of the captors come to a halt. The cocks fanned out, taking positions for a fight, and as Yagu burned the curtains of the doorway, Aki coalesced the flames of his breath and released an intense fireball into the temple. The impact instantly killed the unconscious Yuan-Ti chained for the ritual and harmed the rest. A battle commenced, and the party had to stop the evil Yuan-Ti abomination known as Sur. During the fight, the tomb that was open in the ritual was bellowing out poisonous mist that was expanding out of the temple. Many cocks felt the numbing pain of the poison seeping through their skin, but they fought on. During the fight, the tomb. I've said that already. Errol defeated Sur with an arrow that exploded the head of the Yuan-Ti leader, and one by one the party took care of the rest. But the fight was not over. An ominous feeling from the tomb could be felt as it continued to spread this poisonous gas through the Gripply Island. The party rushed to close the stone lid of the tomb and could feel the presence of an evil deity trying to push against them. But it was the combination of Bruce's might and the bond he has with Saloon that provided enough strength to close the tomb once and for all. The Gripply village, now saved from the Yuan-Ti threat, and celebration led to a ritual that the Gripply performed and bestowed them the ability to speak, read, and write their language. But during the ritual, another entity familiar to Yagu visited him, and although apprehensive at first, he embraced Eldeth as she releases all her remaining power that now flows through Yagu once again. A few days have passed since that night. Turn the phone down there. During that night, and it was during that night another event took place somewhere far, far away. We do not start the scene with you all, but somewhere different. The flaming red eyes of this being echoes the fireplace that it is sitting next to. It is staring into a cup of liquid. Her hand, which is in her hand, a grey-skinned, wide-furred, lioness-bodied Lamia, once named Nidalia, who is now known as Nightshade. She stares intensely into the cup before she throws the liquid into the fire, which hisses on impact. At this point, the door behind her opens up, and entering into the room is a red-robed male, still hooded, as not to reveal any features. He comes and bends down to look into the Nightshade's eyes and says, "We are almost there. Soon the Queen shall return, and soon they shall fall. I can feel that you are almost at full strength. You will need it, as where we are about to go next is beyond the stars itself. But nothing will stop her return." The camera kind of pans away from there and moves and shifts towards a table, and across onto the table there is a crown, a golden crown, and upon the crown itself there is this sculpture of two twisted dragons, one in white and the other in black, attached to the top. The camera goes back to Nightshade as she looks into the hooded red man's eye and says, "I am ready, Max." And as that happens, we cut back to you guys. As you see the gates of Candlekeep approaching. Once again, the familiar surroundings of the great library itself. The carriage taking you in, the black iron gates that are partially open get pushed open a little bit more as you enter in with your cart. And once again, you are all in Candlekeep. And this is where I will leave it. The time is very late. You guys got here just, it has been a long day travel, so you guys have just got here, but you will need a night to rest before you could complete any other things moving forward. Yeah. So
you are on day 194, so you still have the night. Tomorrow will be 195.
Bruce feels a shiver go down his spine just for no particular reason. Just, whew. Oh, I say.
That was a journey. Anyway, yeah. Put Gree within the stables. Ruin, can I talk to you in a little bit before you go to sleep tonight?
Sure, why not?
Alright. And Harold's gonna go put Gree in the stables.
Mm-hmm. Aki, stop stuffing your mouth and catch. I'm gonna throw him the Mythor half plate. I don't want this.
You don't want this?
No.
Okay. Thanks. Is the blacksmith still on, or is it too late and he's given out for the day?
The blacksmith, you turn. There is still a note there that it is currently closed. Still.
I do have an idea what to do with this. It won't go to waste, even though I can't wear it. It won't go to waste. And Aki will stuff it in his bag of holding.
Okay.
Fine.
Right, well, I think I'll have a cup of tea before turning in.
Oh, Ziggy, I actually had a question. Could you possibly identify this? And I'm gonna give him the Jewel of the Sea, the diamond that I found.
Sure, yeah. He'll go into his little deck box on his side of his pouch, and he pulls out a little card that looks like the artifact card, and as he puts it on, he just traced it over the item, and just for flavour, it turns into just all the written information turns onto the card, and it basically becomes a D&D item card. That's basically what happens. I get a D&D item card.
Could you also do
Yes.
this? And I'm gonna pass him the vial of blood that I had from the
Oh, Georgius.
house. I'm sorry.
It's never ended with you, is it, tonight?
I had
Fine.
so much stuff that I forgot to ask you.
And I will also identify that, I guess.
Which one?
Both of them.
What is
I'd
the second one?
I'd gotten a vial of blood. I'd kept it from the mansion that they'd killed
Okay.
Bluebell.
Yeah.
Yeah, so whatever I get from that, I'll just relay to him, but I think, jokingly, before I identify the blood, I'll just say, or I'll make like a big show of it and just say, it's blood.
Nope.
And then
it is.
actually identify it.
When you identify the blood itself, you don't sense any magical property coming from it at all.
Oh, shit, it is actually just blood. It's just blood.
And when you
That's disgusting.
identify the gem as well, it doesn't have any magical properties. However, it gives you a list. It used to be owned by Lady Margaret, and it starts to give you even your dates, like who is the different owners, and the last entry is that it was transported into a ship traveling to a long distance that seemed to have sinked. So that's the last thing.
And then I'll just say to this is quite the find. Do you know what this is, Ruin? Do you know what this is? Ruin.
No, please tell me.
Ruin.
Tell me. Is it great?
It's a rock. It's a rock.
Give me the rock.
No, seriously, it's a rock. And I'll pass it back to him.
It's a diamond rock.
It's a nice rock. It's a
Last
nice
time I
rock.
asked you to identify anything.
No, I'm being honest to God truthful. It is a nice rock. However,
you.
it is just a rock. I mean, it's probably worth something to somebody. But, yeah. No magical...
In terms of value, you figure out that it's quite a hefty diamond. It's very pricey.
Well, it's just a very nice cut, very nice, all that stuff. I don't know diamonds. It's very nice, however, not magically. In the real world terms, it's just a rock. It's a very nice rock, a very valuable rock, but a rock nonetheless.
And Aki spot the rock passing between hands, but ooh, that's shiny.
He
What's
reaches
that?
out to touch it.
Down, boy. Down, boy. It's just a rock.
It's my rock.
Okay.
There are many rocks like it, but it's mine.
All right. As you all begin heading to your your rooms. You come into the communal area of before going up to your rooms. When you enter into the room, you notice that on the table there are 2 letters.
Oh, interesting.
We get mail now.
Oh, we must be
That is
moving up
new.
in the world. I say. Let's have
Is
a
it
look at
addressed
these.
to anyone?
Maybe it has
particular, or is
our
it just-
award
Oh.
for helping the Gripplies.
All right.
Bruce picks them up and then looks at them like, oh yes, right, whatever.
One.
I don't get
Hey.
mail. I don't normally have an address.
One is from Kazarin Neantani, who is the great reader that had given you the Gripply quest. Next to it as well is a pouch of 500 gold pieces. And who wants to read the letter?
Bruce will pass it to whoever takes it first,
All right.
because reading is not his forte.
The second letter, Bruce, as you see it, it is a letter from your father.
Oh my. Righto. Hold on. I'll put the 500 gold into the party fund just now, and then I'll if whoever has a read of the first letter, then I'll have a look at the
I
other
guess
one.
I can read the first one.
All right.
Yep.
You open it up, and it says, and I'll say in a kind of croaky voice, "Dear Cockseekers, I have arranged for you to meet Silvira Savikas, who is an expert of the great will of the plains. She has reluctantly offered to give you a few minutes of her busy schedule after her class of first year of Odes. Please head to the Plain Halls room F in the Great Library at precisely 12:15. I have attached a pass that will get you through the Emerald Gates. Good luck."
We should really look into changing our group name soon.
But it's kind of stuck now. Like, we're always going to be known as it, even if we change it.
That's a fair point. It's kind of grown on us, hasn't it? Eh?
Don't you fucking dare. Don't
Yeah,
you fucking dare.
Stop!
Anyway.
Stop while you're
Dreadfully
behind.
sorry. Dreadfully sorry. It was it was far too
Room-
easy.
Room F. Good to know. You just head out there tomorrow.
What is the other letter?
It's well, first of all, a pile of gold, 500 gold. I'll just put that into the party kitty. No, Aki, hands off.
Oh,
No,
whoa!
bats.
I want some of that.
Oh, right then. How much do you want?
My share.
It's 500 and there's 6 of us. It just makes it rather difficult to split. That's why I just put it in the party fund.
Let me pull out the metric calculator here.
While you're doing that, I'm just going to do a quick wisdom check to see if
I'll take
I can-
85 gold.
Sure thing. Take 85 then. Oh, 16. Can I read the letter?
Yeah, I think you'll be able to read the letter. You feel this kind of apprehension, but at the same time, feeling of happiness. Well, Bruce would be feeling that, and the apprehension would probably be coming from Bruce himself a little bit. You get this kind of mixed feeling. Do you want to read
Yep.
it?
Yes, I will.
Okay.
You share it to me, or
Oh, I'll read it out as Darren
go for it.
would speak it out himself. He'll say, "Dear Bruce, thank you for sending the letter and for the opportunity that you had found for us at the Temple of the Restful Lily. I have word that the place is slowly returning back to business with the original management. Things are well here at home, and Toby seems to be in a more joyful mood knowing that he has a big strong brother like you. I thought I would let you know that my condition remains the same, but I am still concerned that Toby may be too young to take over. So, I would like you to reconsider coming back and taking over as that would be the most constructive for our family. I'm not going back on our agreement, of course. So if you deny this, then I will understand. I would also like to address the issue of time and how my negligence of being a father to you has come so late. I have missed 10 years of opportunity to raise you, but I can see now that you have truly become a man and a pedigree worthy of the Lockwood name. Stand firm, Darren Lockwood.
Oh my goodness. Oh, never thought I'd ever hear him or see him write those very words. Oh, Yagu, I think we should look more into trying to sort out your lake at some point.
Well, we have to wait until 12:15 before we can ever.
Of course, that's a fair point. I should write a responding letter now, but while it's still fresh in my memory. I think let him know what we've been up to, and perhaps inform him of what's going on at the Gripley village, or perhaps on the trading opportunity as well, and to let him know that I will be remaining with you all. I have no intention of going anywhere. Even perhaps remind him that Toby might be rather young to take on the family business. His wife is, I'm sure, more than capable caretaker of such things. Right. I excuse me, and he'll disappear to grab something to write with and scrawl as best he can.
Okay. As he is writing, what are the rest of you all doing in this?
I guess I'll just approach Rune and say, "Got a second? Get out of
I
the
got
way."
lots of seconds, yes.
Good. I
Great.
didn't come here to fight with you, so I'll start off by saying I'm
Oh, so
sorry.
you've come over here to apologize.
Yes. I'm sorry I shot you.
Oh, but you're not sorry for leaving us to fight the crabs.
I'm gonna be honest with you, since you deserve that much. No, I'm not. My intention wasn't to directly harm you. My intention was to stick to my principles.
Your
was part of-
principles could have got us hurt, or someone could have died.
Maybe,
Listen.
but
I agreed to join this group to help all of you, and help myself. But if one of you decides that your intentions is greater than the group, and that gets someone hurt or killed, then maybe you should think about leaving the group.
really, huh? Interesting.
I never tried to hurt anyone in this group.
Okay. You know, you didn't. That's fair. But I have principles I stick to that I've always stuck to, independent of meeting you all. And again, it was never my intention to directly hurt you all. Plus, you're forgetting the part where I killed a crab to save you. You're forgetting that part. So, again, can be bent if need be, but it didn't need to be. So, I'm sorry, again, for shooting you. I came here to apologize for that much.
I'll take the apology. Thank you for going out of your way. I know it's not comfortable for you to make the first step.
Seems to be something we both share, at least. But
I want to detect thoughts on him.
you sure? I mean,
See if he's really actually apologizing.
sure. Do I like? I don't know
You
if
will
resisting
make
is
a-
inherent. I mean, I imagine Errol's not really in a position to try to resist, but I mean, that's up to you guys whether I have to roll for anything or not.
Why don't you first give him the surface thoughts that are in your head before he probes deeper?
So,
Mhm.
surface thoughts is definitely, and this isn't deception or anything, by the way, for the DMs. Regret about legitimately hurting Ruin regret about taking as big a risk as he did with the Yuan Ti and getting almost himself killed. So there is a tinge of regret. As far as like a trail, you could go deeper if you wanted to, and you get that there's a principal reason for why it is the crabs, and also why it is that he seemed so aggressive towards the Yuan Ti. But that's up to Rune's character whether he would try to go that much deeper into it or not.
I'll definitely go deeper.
So as you go deeper, you feel heat, intense heat on your skin.
Make the saving throw though.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
what save is it?
Wisdom.
And I have. Oh no, that's only ability check. So should be just.
Are you able to fail on purpose with this sort of thing? I'm not sure if you
He
It's
did
an eight.
fail.
I did
Never
fail.
mind, I'll not my face.
Yeah. So as you probe deeper into his thoughts, as he's telling you this about his principles and about the crabs, you get this sort of heat on your skin, and you hear little tiny echoes of humanoid voices, screams, running. And as you look around in his head, it's very dark, and you get this little kid who's just crawling through some bushes, running through some trees, and eventually making his way into somewhere he feels safe and familiar. Unfortunately, there's a point where he hears even more screams. You feel your body frozen as you get to this point, like unable to even lift a lid out of a box that you're in. And then eventually you feel weights crushing down on you, as from what you can interpret is this is Errol's childhood, and a building kind of collapsed on him, his house, after a lot of people died. From Errol's perspective, what you're gathering is he was just minding his business. His family was just minding his business until a bunch of people bigger and stronger than them came and killed them all. And as events happen throughout from his life, because you're going deeper, you'll realize that Errol's philosophy, the principle he's been alluding to but never flatly said, he doesn't like going into other people's places, even people who can't really think clearly, and just doing from his interpretation the same thing the Red Wizard's done to him. He also despises people who do the same, which is why he hated the Yuan Ti so much. And so that would be all of like what Ruin's getting. So as far as like Errol's backstory of like his family burning and ice and Red Wizards, you would be able to glean all that because he's thinking about that as he's thinking about his principles as he's apologizing to you. And pain and regret that he's had for about a century and a half.
I accept your apology.
I appreciate it for what it's worth.
I'm sorry about your family as well.
Thank you.
You at this point you will feel
No.
some sort of sorry to throw me off. You'll feel like a slight shock, but you'll know that like it's as if someone peered through your thoughts.
Oh. You finally read my mind. Funny. Or I was getting mad you never did that. You mind if I ask how much you saw?
I saw everything. What should possibly could have been your village, your house, and your people.
Yep, my brother and mom dying right next to me, my sisters being roasted, or God, I don't even know what happened to some of them. But yeah, that's where I'm coming from, and maybe it's a bit unreasonable. That's fair to say, but that's where I was coming from, and I apologize that my principles led to what happened, especially with, again, when you were shot. I never would do that.
I'm not mad that you shot me. I couldn't care less. You were being controlled. But please, we're all a team here now. Or as Aki calls it, Rokorbrim. Sorry, his mouth was full at the time. But I really want to give this team thing a shot. I've never been close to anyone. Someday I'll tell you guys my story. It's not that I don't want to, it's just that, like I told Yagu a long time ago, I can't.
That's fair.
Alright. I'm sorry I was hard on you, but I only do it because I care about everyone here.
I appreciate that.
Alright.
I'm tired as
Also-
all hell.
I might have tricked Bruce. He's not great at math, but I took 2 more gold than I was supposed to. Let's go buy a drink. Come on.
Yeah, let's go get a sandwich.
Bruce shivers again. Aki, how do you spell regards?
Oh, wait, I need to check it. It's like one of those things someone asks you and you go, you're immediately unsure. He starts writing it down.
Is there a U after the G? I can never remember.
Yeah, I think it's
No.
just the same
Like
as
that.
cards, but
Righto.
Right.
Wait a minute. That was. Are you sure there's not a U there?
The more you ask, the less sure I become. Just write it the way I said, or we're going to be here all night.
Righto. Scroll.
Are you done? I need to nip outside.
Yes, of course.
Go. I can't do it in here. Back in a minute.
Do what? I was gone.
I assume that interaction took less time than Bruin and Earl's. So if you guys are going down and out into the courtyard again, Aki is kind of drawing circles around himself in the dust and trying to like stamp his foot, and kind of lights keep flashing on in the circle, but then they go out. Fuck. He's trying to get something to work.
You have any idea what he's doing? Yeah.
Sorry, my
Ooh.
mic was muted. Looks like he's confused. Maybe he had too much to drink already?
Just turn around. If I go around this way, it'll go down slightly lower on one leg.
But
Stick
Kind of
one
fun
foot
to
out
watch him try.
and spin and try and draw a circle with his foot,
Oh,
and then try and stamp, and the lights go on, and there's writing in it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh.
It goes off. Ah.
What'd you do? What was that? Look cool.
It's not anything yet. I'll figure it out. I
think
I just had I had an idea. It doesn't always work first time. I'll get it. It'll be really cool when it works. Where are you guys going?
I'm gonna go get some drinks.
Drinks, yeah. You want to come?
Yeah.
All right.
I can just pack everything away immediately and just join.
This is the most I've seen him talk in a couple days.
Yeah.
Do you think if he eats too much tonight, he might go quiet again?
I'm hungry.
You know, why don't we hack you up with as much food as possible, Aki?
Do you think you can do that?
I can most certainly try.
Let's try that. That sounds like fun.
All right. As you all go ahead to get a midnight meal, Yagu or Ziggy, is there anything else that you two wanted to accomplish before the night start?
Quickly, I think just as Ruin and Errol leave, he'll just Ziggy will specifically slump out of his chair because he sat down instantly, just being shattered from the long journey. Then they started heating up, and he was like, "Oh shit, I'm not dealing with this again. It didn't end well last time," and just shifted both his clothing and his skin to just look exactly like the chair. Went full chameleon. Was like slumped up, scared as shit for what's going to be said and what could get broken in this room because he don't know who's paying the rent here. He realizes they seem good now. He gets up. He's like, "Okay, I couldn't deal with those two bitching at each other for another day. I'm going to go off to bed. Good night to you both," he says to Bruce and Yadu, who are still there. "If anyone needs me, I'll be with you all in the morning."
Oh, good night and see you tomorrow.
What?
Indeed.
Oh, good night.
Good night.
Alright.
Oh, bugger. I don't think that's how you spell that.
Anyway.
Perfect.
Yagu, anything from you?
No, he's just gonna observe Bruce trying to write, seeing if he can learn some new words, maybe, to write.
Yagu, if you're trying to learn words from me, you have picked the worst possible person. Oh, bugger in hell. Not again.
Isn't there a way to just remove one word? You can't just,
No,
get it out
I'm
of the
writing in
paper?
ink.
Yeah, but you can just, use a dagger or something and cut out the paper. Then.
If you have a look at the paper I scrunched up there's a lot of mistakes. I just gave up on that final one. It's unsalvageable. Starting again. Dear Father.
It's kind of funny as you look, because even though his whole writing thing is really wrong, you can also see that he uses words that are quite lordly and unusual, maybe for you, from your background, even though.
Dear Father, salutations and greetings from your son. It's sort of like that.
What the hell is a salutation?
What now? Oh, it's a greeting. Like, salutations to you, dear sir. It basically means hello.
And you can spell regard?
No.
Huh.
I tend to mix up where the U's go, and sometimes my A's look like O's, and I swap the D around with a B, so it looks like the. I do like all these little things. Letters don't make much sense to me. I sometimes find it quite hard to read, and there's other times where I can, and then there's other times there's a real struggle. Sometimes the lines blur together. Some letters are giant, some are small. I don't really know what it's all about. I can read, it's just difficult.
Oh, I can write that also. Anything you do is kind of fascinating. So,
Wait, what? Really?
like, when did you ever expect me to write at a lake where there's no ink or paper?
I never thought about it, to be honest. Huh. No, never once considered it, to be honest. I don't know very much about your life at the lake.
Not really that much to tell, to be honest. Like, sometimes people visited and I healed them up, had conversations with them, but overall, I was just there to protect it.
I see. Well, you're in the biggest, greatest center of learning and writing and reading on possibly the world. If there's anywhere you could learn to do some chicken scratchings like I can do, then it would be here.
True, but I honestly never expect to write a book or anything, so.
Well, even with my own limited reading and writing capabilities, it opens up a whole world that's not right in front of your face. It opens up a world that is past and a world that is right in front of you or far away, all potentially on a single page.
Yeah, it still sounds like way too much work. Sorry, I'm gonna skip this
It's a
part.
lot of work, I do agree.
Well, if you don't mind, I'm also going to tune in. Since we have to wake up before 12, apparently, so.
Of course, not a problem. Yagu, I want to say thank you, by the way, for at least beginning some lessons in how to connect with the divine and understand matters of faith. I'm still not sure I'll ever truly understand it, but learning a little bit will certainly do me some good.
Well, if you think you're ready for the next step, we can actually start the training if you want.
Of course. But start tomorrow. It's rather late. I need to finish his letter and begin
Yeah.
tomorrow. First thing in the morning.
Sure, but let's try tomorrow. Cool.
Jolly good. Jolly good.
All right. As you are having drinks and food in the night, and the rest of you, sleep gets to you. The rest of you return as well eventually after your feast. I'm sure Aki ate a lot, but probably still not satisfied. You all come to a night's rest. You can hear the wind kind of rattling the window because of the window. Based on the weather outside, it's quite windy these days. But you wrap up warm, and it's warm inside as well. And as you rest, you complete a long rest. So mark that off if that even means anything for you guys. And you wake up the next morning to a very cloudy but dry, cold weather of Candlekeep and of Faerun itself. No other events apart from the one that is going to occur at around midday that you have an appointment for. But before that, was there anything else you guys wanted to do?
I forgot to take a note of the Shadowfell mushrooms growth cycle. I'm really sorry. Either that or I can't find it.
Okay.
How much time is it? We reckoned, is it 2 or 3 months for this to finish the growth cycle in suboptimal conditions? Basically, are they ready now? And if not, how long would it be? Because I cannot find the notes that I may or may not have taken.
You've been out for almost 63, 64 days, so it's been over 2 months. And as you are, you see the cabinet. I say make a history check.
Sure thing. Histoire check. Let's see what we got.
$11.
11. Really average.
Yeah. You start scrambling. You start looking at the notes that you brought back when you were doing research about it.
Oh my god, where are they?
But it's hard to determine. Maybe another month. But then it clicks to you. Perhaps maybe speaking to a great reader who may deal with objects of that may contain curses or other influences to one's body may have a more accurate idea based on the information that you will provide to them. And the person has been mentioned before to you as well, and you remember them very, very vividly, as they were the final person who went with you on your trials, rather than against you. He's slick black, long hair, humanoid features, pale skin, and you remember the name. Sorry, I'm just picking up and getting the name now. You remember the name as Teles Avost, who is the primary expertise on magic item curses and the weave, meaning the magic itself. So perhaps it may be I think you already sent a request, but there hasn't been a reply from this person as of yet.
Sure thing. I've made a wee note of that. Excuse me, sorry, I should have turned that away. Yeah, that was all he was going to do, and give Hamish a little clap, give him a little scratch, and hello, Hamish. I hope you're doing very well. You're sort of looking good, boy. And Bruce is ready to do a little bit of training or whatever with Yagu whenever he is ready, and whatever else is going to do.
Okay. Once you commence your training, every 10 days, obviously based on the rules that we've kind of adapted to this training for becoming more religious, every 10 days you will have to donate the gold for, equipment, books, so and so forth, and as we discussed, donations and stuff like that. But as you approach Yagu's door, you can begin your training as you so please.
All right, you'll knock on the door.
Goku would gently open in his shell.
Good morning and salutations, Yagu.
Good morning and salutation. Yeah. I was thinking about the training. I also kind of wanted to advance our training as well. Of, me connecting with the spirit animals. I was hoping we could do that right now in the morning and maybe at night when, in my opinion, it's more of a better weather to say.
Of course. The thing with the natural world is that you don't really get to... Excuse me. Hamish, get off. Is you don't get to...
Good example.
You don't get to choose how the natural world really responds with you. It's certainly when I was meditating on trying to connect with the natural world, specifically its animal spirits. It was every evening, rain or shine, just as the natural creatures of our world would do. It's not necessarily, it's not comfortable, let me tell you that, but I put it that way. But and I have been told that there are other ways of mastering that rage, essentially. I think I mentioned before, you could connect with the elemental forces of the land or the weather itself, or even cultivating that fury to even greater depths. It really depends on what you wish to do with it, from so I've been told.
Right now, every time I enter this rage, it's like I'm not fully in control anymore, or...
Yes, that'll do it.
I think you understand what I mean with it, the balance between yourself and what you're capable of.
Absolutely. The idea is that, well, you're focusing on that, and I've noticed you're not able to cast any spells as such when you're doing that, can you? You can't you can't devote the time and energy to focus on something so antithesis to letting go.
Yeah, let's say I don't have the mental capacity to come up with it, yeah.
No, you will not be able to do that. I don't cast spells anyway, but certainly I've never met a spellcaster casting a spell if they were to go into a battle rage. It's why you'll rarely see such things, but certainly a godly intervention. So I've seen you when your weapon glows and you smack someone and they basically blow up. That doesn't seem to be something you need to focus too much on. It just sort of happens.
It's more of an after reaction to say. It's more of an extension of what I can do.
Think of the rage as something similar. It's there. It's a part of you. It's not necessarily a good thing, but it can be a damn bad thing for your enemies.
Well, I've noticed that for sure. Yeah.
Right. Well, certainly later on tonight we can, or later on at some point today we can do some try to connect with the natural world. We can do that after we've done some of your training.
Sure, but I think we should head to the place first before we do anything stupid.
What, you think it'll be stupid? I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, last time we trained, you kind of broke me a little bit. I got a bit exhausted by that. So.
Oh, no. We're not doing that. You've already got that down. You got that down very quickly. It's the next step is connecting with the land.
Oh, good. I was
or
really
yourself. It's much more cerebral. You've already got the physical side down.
Awesome.
But if you ever feel the need to cut loose, more than happy to oblige. Or at least Bruce would be. He's the one who he takes the wheel, so to speak, when that happens.
Oh, maybe later. Don't know how
Certainly.
the day is going yet.
So, how do we begin?
Oh, you mean my training to you? Yes.
I hope so.
Yeah, I actually found a little spot a bit outside of Candlekeep, a bit in the forest. I was thinking about going there tonight. I think it will shine a bit more scenery to the scene. Maybe it will help you connect with Saloon a bit more.
Okay, yes, sounds good. We'll save it for tonight. Thank you very much. By the way, breakfast is ready.
Aki, you hear that? Breakfast is ready.
Aki will, without really even consciously knowing he heard the word breakfast, begin to salivate on his way to try and. He was going to go and find Ruin, but now he's hungry as well, and he isn't completely sure why. Where might Aki find Ruin this morning?
Ruin's probably still just laying in his room, just sitting there with his scythe and the bed, just focusing on it.
I would say Aki would knock, but I don't think that's particularly in character, so I suspect Aki just walks in. Morning.
Hello?
Hi.
Can you try that again, but with the knocking part?
Well, just knock on the door. Still standing in the room.
Good morning, Aki.
Good morning. Have you got a minute, or what are you doing?
Was just reminiscing on something, and then I'm gonna like take the scythe and I'm gonna throw it at Aki, but as it's going into him, it'll start to shatter into a million pieces into a cloud just before it reaches Aki.
Okay. Should I come back?
No, you've already knocked. You're already here. I was just putting away the. What can I do for you, Aki?
About the chat we had on the roof of the tavern a few weeks ago, and I dumped a lot on you. I think when I bamped you up, and you weren't very keen on that. After I did that, so sorry.
It's fine. That happened such a long time ago.
I have been thinking about what we talked about, and I think you had some points. I am very good at blaming myself, and I'm trying to do better for everybody, but I realize more often than not it's me that falls over, or makes a big noise, or vanishes after a good smell down a corridor. So I think I'm going to try and take some of your advice and just try and get back to being a little more me and a little less worried about everything that's going wrong, because we are all here, and we did okay last time. I think we are improving. And that was not because I was stressing about getting everything right. So, thank you for listening to that. I'm not usually such a bummer.
It's fine to express yourself, and if you have something to say, I'll always listen. Anyone in this caravan would listen. You're going through a lot right now. I know you're worried about something. At least, if you might not be able to tell us, you can.
Oh, I'm worried about any number of things, but they have to I just have to allow those things to exist. If they get in the way of every day, I'll never get out of bed. And that's no fun because, well, breakfast in bed is quite good. That's not the point.
If you
However, I actually had one other question because I see that you are good with weapons as well, and I am looking to diversify who I learn from. The last time I sparred with Bruce, he doesn't do anything halfway. So I slightly cheated and manifested a weapon behind him magically as well, and I still did not win that. So I feel like I bet you manifest weapons. So I wanted to see if you could teach me how to use this thing, and you pull out the new longsword. Are you good with longswords?
I used to use a sword, but something about having, and I'll again just take my hand and pull it into a cloud, and individual pieces will just form into my hand. Something about holding this just feels better. It's
Hmm.
it's made for killing.
Oh, sure. This is my last resort. By all rights, no, I shouldn't have sharp things. But if people get very, very close, I can't do what I normally do. So this would be better. Can you just give me a little instruction on how to use it at some point? Not all physical, but even how to properly hold it, because this one changes size and it's freaking me out a little bit.
Or just let's try it this way.
Hmm.
I will take out a gem and start to whisper into it, and you're just gonna hear just little bits and pieces of draconic, and then my shadow will start to rise. If you're in the mood for practice, why don't you try fighting Shade? Shade, sick him.
In the room?
Yes, and Shade will begin to attack.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Not lethal though. Shade is just playing around.
I
hope
can't
you hear
promise
this.
Aki is in control enough not to accidentally be lethal to either Shade or you.
I hope you
That's
hear this.
that's fine. I will continue to lie in bed and then just like lay on my side, like with my my hand under my chin, and I just, you're doing great, Aki. Keep swinging. Lift the sword higher. Strike for the vital points.
Okay.
Oh no, vases.
As Shade and Aki move back into the communal room, sparring and fighting a little.
Oh my god!
Yeah, Bruce and you see this kind of outside happening. Let's jump into Ziggy's room. Ziggy, what you up to?
Oh, well, Ziggy is doing a bit of meditating as he does early morning. Kind of, I think he's focusing on like, knowing that we could learn more about the Astral Sea. I think he's focusing on like maybe figuring out a spell that can potentially help if we get to the Astral Sea. And I think he's realizing he will need another person to call upon that with his spirit session. But I think he's trying to concentrate, but like as he's getting to the last bits of it, he's hearing a lot of noise, and I think he will go to investigate and hopefully kind of ask what's left for breakfast. But then, as he does, he's really shit. It's this again. It's the regular bollocks, and he'll mage hand to the closest booze, start day drinking.
All right. And as you drink, we shift into Errol's room. Errol, you are just lying there in bed at the moment. You hear the ruckus outside, but this feeling comes to you. You are now in Candlekeep. There is this knowing that this is something that you must all in now. This is the time where if you cannot find what you're looking for, the words of the hags continue to kind of ripple in your head. The feeling of what you may become. What will they take from you? What will happen after these few days that you have left now passes?
I just realized I was muted. As Errol's laying down on the bed, he's going to take in one hand his wrist banner, keep looking at it, and in the other hand a short sword, just keep looking at it. And he's just going to put the short sword away in like a sheath, take the wrist banner, and he's going to go downstairs, see the ruckus. Well, lively morning today.
Yes, here, take this. And he'll hand him a flask.
This wasn't what I meant.
Lift the sword higher.
It's a stick. Just swing it like you would a stick.
You don't listen
We've
to
been
Errol.
over
Use the bow and
this.
arrow.
Shade, don't use the scream. Don't use the dreadful scream.
Oh my god!
Stab.
Wait,
Stab and
I'm
slash.
hitting anything.
Get angry!
I'll look at Ziggy and I'll say, "Hey, I'm gonna go to the enchanter to get some magic arrows. You want to come?"
Sure. We need to talk anyway.
Okay. If it's about I worked it out. We worked it out.
Sorry? Oh,
No.
it's not that.
Okay.
Alright.
What Errol's gonna do? He's gonna take another big drink and then just go to the enchanter specifically.
You and Ziggy make your way there. Continue.
And I just want to ask the enchanter. Just a quick question. I don't know if you sell like supplies for like gems. Do you sell gems here or pearls specifically?
Most of the components here are we generally use up. We don't really sell items. We may have maybe one item that may have overstock in. Are you looking for anything specific?
Pearls. I'm just looking for pearls specifically.
Well, I'm going to ask you to make a fate roll.
Of course. I'm gonna go high. Oh, be high. That's Did it come up? Yeah, 14.
Well, you must be lucky. We do have a pearl. What is the worth of the pearl that you're looking for?
And Errol's gonna be recalling back to the conversation that was taking place with Aki about the tattoo, and he's gonna list that value. And above game, Ross, what was it that we agreed on that it was?
2,500.
2,500.
Yeah. Oh, it doesn't have to be one. Several. We need. Yeah.
All right.
We'll
Well,
be fine.
he's just gonna order. He's just gonna say, if I could just get several pearls, and he'll just take out some money. I have about 10 platinum pieces right now. How much would that get me? How many pearls?
Well, I have this pearl here, which is been marked for 100 gold pieces. So 10 platinum pieces would be the right price.
All right, and I'll buy that from him for the pearl. And also, if you can, and I brought arrows. Can you make some more of those fire and ice arrows?
I have some ready already. Would you
Oh.
like them? Knowing that you've come a few times now requesting them, I thought you may be coming more often, so I have them ready for you. They will cost. I think we had a price of 10 gold pieces, but if you continue going on, I'll drop it down to 9 gold pieces now. And if you keep coming back for more, there will be a further reduction on the arrows itself. How many would you look for?
And the 9, just to be sure, is each arrow, correct? Just to be sure?
Yes, 9 gold for each arrow, yes.
Okay, so 9 gold. So what I'll do is I'll order 10 for 90 gold. So just give me a second to do the exchange rate on that, because 70 gold pieces and 2 platinum pieces. And he'll hand him that. And for 10 arrows, and I guess he had to say it would be 5 fire and 5 ice arrows, if it's all possible to do that division that way.
He wraps them up and hands them over to you. Mark the coins off.
Marking them off right now. All right, and he'll take the 5 fire and 5 cold. Ziggy, is there anything you wanted to buy from here?
No, actually, I did want to ask you about a few things, though, Mr. Enchanter, whose name I definitely remember. That was Luke saying that, by the way. I don't know his name. I forgot. I don't keep track of names.
Enchanter. He's gone.
Yes, the Enchanter.
Well,
Yes.
he does have a name.
Tim. Oh, I've already made that joke. I know I've already made that joke.
It's like Kirlin, no? Is his name or something like that?
No,
That's the other one.
I was referencing Monty Python. I've already made the reference. I know I have. But yes, I'll just say to him, we found something on our last escapade. And I was wondering, did you know how to refill this? And he'll pull out a little lantern of revealing. There's not much fuel left, but I was wondering, could you maybe one day tell us how? I think I've got about maybe 2 hours left of fuel in it. That's how I found it.
Generally, the fuel is very difficult to get. It is not the normal lantern. It is actually magical
I was
oil.
assuming so.
Yes. And the construction of this is that it is not. You're not. Once you use up the oil itself, the item itself, it breaks. So the enchantment of it is actually imbued to the whole thing. So there is no refillable component to it. However, if you are interested in another version of this, I am happy to look into getting enchanting or getting someone to acquire this for you, and I could definitely sell this for you.
That could be something interesting further down the line. I mean, I don't want to get rid of it quite soon enough, but yes, if that's something interesting. Also, once again, I was wondering, could you potentially remake these when I potentially can afford to ask you to pay the film about these, and I'll kind of pull slightly on the night vision goggles. I was thinking another 2 pairs may be useful for our party.
Yeah, night
call.
vision goggles.
Good call, Maz.
Well, I just know Yadu and Aki can't really see in the dark all that much. I almost said Ross. That's how long he's been away. So I thought these could help, really.
They are called goggles of night.
Goggles of night vision, I believe, or something like that.
Yeah, goggles of
I don't actually know my character sheet.
Yep, I can
What's
definitely.
D&D?
I do not have these in stock at the moment, but I'm writing these down right now of your interest, and I will have them in stock the next time you visit. Probably.
Well, let us know.
Give me a week, and I'll keep it in stock. And if you wish to have it, then they will be available after a week.
I will hopefully be back soon then.
I'm sure. Yep.
After that, unless Maz wants to do anything else, Errol's is going to start heading out. Ziggy, you good?
Yes, I'm good.
Alright, let's head out. I gotta give this to Aki. Thank
Yes.
you. Thank you, the Enchanter.
You're welcome. See you soon.
See ya.
As we walk up, or just walk out, I'm just going to say, I did want to mention something. I'm a little miffed about it. It's been bothering me for a few weeks. You mentioned to Aki and Bruce that I know you've got a lot on, and I don't want to cause another rift because you just made up with someone, but you mentioned to them, you never mentioned it to me, really, and that's really what I'm miffed about, because I just feel like I should be included. Mainly selfish purposes, but you never mentioned the fact that you want them to hurt you if you became worse. You never mentioned it to me.
You're
And
mad
I feel really
that I didn't
bad.
include
No.
you in my plan
Yes.
to possibly murder
I
you.
am for the simple fact that time you did it, the time you spoke to Aki in the forest and Bruce on top of the caravan, you didn't realise you weren't actually speaking to them, you were speaking to me disguised as them. Did
So
you realise
technically,
that?
did speak to you then.
No, you didn't. I'm fucking with you. I was hoping for a better reaction.
Damn.
It's just when you said it to Aki, you said it right outside the dome. I heard everything.
Right.
I was waiting for you to tell me, but you just never did. That's really it. It's been annoying me for a good few weeks.
You know, you're right.
I understand why, though.
Do you?
I think you'd know I'd understand more. I've lived as an elf for a few years, but I think you'd know why I'd get it. And that's all I'll say on the matter. And then he'll walk off.
I never get that guy sometimes.
I can never read that guy.
I never read that guy. And Errol's is gonna head out to where I'm not sure if Aki's still fighting with Shade or not.
I think that's more up to Ruin than Aki.
As you all return
Oh,
back
and-
into the room. Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, until he beats Shade, Shade's not gonna stop.
And I'll just say, hey, Ruin, can you give Aki a little bit of a break? I gotta hand him something important.
Aki, tag me in.
Please.
Is he sweating yet? I don't see any sweat on his forehead,
He's-
dude.
He's scaly. You can't see the sweat.
I'm always warm.
Quickly, before you get to the room, as you're walking out, make a survival check quickly, please.
Who?
Harold.
Okay. Alright, survival, you said? Gotcha.
Yeah.
Alright, public, normal. Oh, damn. That's 14.
No, that's pretty good. You gather based on your knowledge of the weather and the sun and the timing. You start to feel like it's around 11 something by now, and you think for a second, we are meant to be somewhere at 12 something. And that comes to your mind.
There's still about an hour left. Just to let you guys know, I'm guessing the time we're supposed to head out is pretty close. Aki, as soon as you got a second, and Errol will pull out the pearl.
Second. Ooh. Oh.
He cracked it. Take his food away. The food pouch is all he cares about. Take his food.
Wait,
Can
I
I-
realized
can Aki
something.
make- Can I
I-
make some kind of check to see if this helps in the slightest, or if all I've done is cause a great deal of damage?
No, make the check for sparring for your longsword proficiency. So
What is that?
the DC was 15, and I think it was a
DC 15.
yeah.
Martial weapons. Would that be strength?
Yeah, I was thinking maybe athletics. I need to recheck what the thing is, but let's just do athletics for now. DC 15, and then you can see if you make it.
So nat 20 DC comes down, nat 1 DC goes up. Same as.
No,
That's
for
okay? No?
not for this. No.
Okay.
Can I quickly just add, can the...
Oh no. Oh,
Well, I was gonna...
no.
I was
There
gonna
are-
say, can the fact that all of us but Aki have the proficiency in longswords help in any way?
Long
Oh, yeah,
term,
this
not
is-
right now.
Yeah, this is what it was. This is Ruin's way of training Aki to use the longsword, and unfortunately, it wasn't as successful as it was with Bruce and other people that you trained with.
There's
Imagining
scars up the
Shade is
furniture.
bruising up Aki right now.
Ruin, I think you made your point.
Aki hasn't hit him once. All the furniture is ruined. The flowers have got no heads left on them. It's just
Aki, tag me in.
I'll finally take the gem and just clap it together with both my hands, hiding the gem, and I'll put it back in my pocket.
Alright, Aki, there's always round 2.
You don't want to fight
Ruin.
Shade again? I think Shade liked you.
I'm never asking for your help again.
Shade really liked you. I
It
can
was
tell.
worse than useless. Now I'm gonna have to pay to fix everything.
Aki,
Yeah.
when
yeah.
do you pay to fix anything? Honestly,
Yeah, what do you pay to fix anything?
yeah.
I don't break
It's
things. I
normally
fall
good.
over.
Speaking of things, here, Pearl, hang on to this.
Well, I
Are-
mean, it was 100. You're holding it like it's like it's an ostrich egg. Is it not like a pearl?
I don't know. It was worth like 100 gold. I don't
Okay,
know.
right. So 100 gold. Ooh, that's a good one. We have some way to go.
You know, we do, but the steps. Baby
Good
steps.
start. Good start.
Yep.
When we have enough, we need to pulverize them, which I think requires a jeweler or something in town, and then we can do it.
we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But guys,
Good start.
I think we should get going. I'm gonna get going to that room they mentioned. I think it was like room F. Anybody want to come, or is everybody gonna chill here? How are we gonna do this?
I think it's best we all go learn the information all together.
Absolutely. We want
Yeah.
to help out you and potentially Ruin and Silvery up at the spa.
Oh yeah, I mean, hopefully we can get that situated soon.
All right.
Oh, yes.
As you pick up your stuff, gather your things, you pick up the letter that and your entrance through the Emerald Gates. As you approach the Emerald Gate, you see the familiar automaton standing there, greeting others as they go past. And as you approach him, Cisco.
Hello and welcome. How are you today?
Good morning, too.
Good morning. It's nice to see you.
Kind of freaking me out a little bit. Anyway, we're here to see Professor Savikas. I think that was her name.
Oh,
Professor
yes. I had been given that you have an appointment today. You seem to be slightly early. You will have to wait by the door for 5 minutes. And he kind of turns around.
You're. I'm not waiting 5 minutes. We demand.
Is no one else creeped out by this? I feel like this is not like a normal thing here.
Oh,
listen,
no,
everyone
no.
can be here. So
He's not normal, but he's great.
I know. Two, we're old friends, aren't we?
Define friend.
I
Familiar.
can't tell whether he's joking or he's mad. It's very odd. It's very puzzling.
He's very effective, so I don't know what you mean. Straight to the point. I like him.
I like you too, he says to you, Iago.
That's
You don't know
what
what
a
friends
friend
are, but you
is,
know what
too.
liking is?
That's a good question,
Define
Rune. That is.
liking.
Oh, sweet
How-
Sylvanas. We'll be here
why-
a while.
Why is that a subroutine? It's not that complex.
You know what?
You
I know how to
think
get
you
this
take
thing
your
to let us
emotions
in
for granted,
less than 5
Bruce.
minutes. I'm gonna smack the machine. Let us in!
Good.
You smack automaton?
On his ankle, because he's an inch tall.
Like
Yeah.
a knock, I imagine.
Just let us in!
What are you doing? Have you lost your mind?
No, he's
Stop
down there.
that at once.
He's down there.
It might be 5 minutes early, but just early
I
is on
don't-
time. On time is late.
Wait. I have. I want to take a little time to think some things over. 2. I want to know what love is. I want you to show me. I want to feel what love is.
I've asked.
I know you can show me.
This, and
You
so
see, for a second, his eyes start to rotate, like in confusion, like malfunction. You hear
Yeah.
like, a
Yeah,
spark.
there's no point messing with him, guys.
Yeah. Aki, this looks familiar, doesn't it?
A little. Yeah, but we were in trouble last time.
Oh, yes, quite.
Hmm.
Like-
Okay. 5 minutes. 5 minutes to kill.
I mean, I feel like we got like a solid 2 from this. We could just keep messing with him.
What is 1 divided by 0?
I do not identify myself as any pronoun that you are known of. Please refrain to sexualize me. He says.
You still didn't answer what was 1 divided by 0, though.
I think he just did.
Your time is up. You
What
may
if they
end
answer
them
to
now.
life?
You see, like,
It's not even 5 minutes.
for a second, you know, like in frustration. And then his hand glows pink, you know, like, and as he touches the gate, you see like a. Mo, I'll pass it back to you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I guess I'm not
You may
actually
enter.
sure who has not been into the Great Library before. Ziggy hasn't, and I think
I'm
Ruin
not
hasn't.
sure.
And neither
I
is
don't-
Zero.
The last time I was tearing up the place in a blind fury.
Actually, I think everyone has been here before, but when you returned back from the spa, you were inside the Great Library before you were you find yourself back out into the common area. But as you enter, you begin to see young students of Odes wearing the gray robes, moving across, going to like different lessons, speaking to each other. You see one with a slight lightning star on his head. No, you don't. And you you move through, following guide, asking the directions to this place, the plain halls, and eventually you get to where it is. For after a few minutes. As you enter, you see the room in front of you that you are looking for, which has a big F on it, and it is the room F that is. There is no other. You see a couple of students kind of walking past, but apart from that, the door in front of you awaits. There is no one standing there. There is no knocker, just a handle to the place itself.
Just using my knuckles to knock on like the wood of the door. Professor Savikas?
As you hit the door, you get no response.
I don't think a knock is good enough.
And Errol's just gonna touch the handle. Is it locked? Like, is it one of those handles where you push on it and then it just doesn't open?
It's just a handle.
Okay. He's just gonna open the door then.
Okay. As you grab onto the door, you at first you don't feel anything, so you twist the handle, and you begin moving the door, and immediately you have to let go of the handle itself, because as you do, there is this intense heat that touches your hand and burns you. And as the door swings open, you see in front of you you feel an unbearable heat that dries and darkens all your skin immediately. What should be a room is an open expanse of black and red stone in the distance. You see black mountains eject red magma, and rivers of lava flow down its side. Ripples of air waves that blur your vision in the distance. And as you kind of look around, everyone kind of give me a perception check at this point.
All of us?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Only ruin. You see in the distance, as you kind of focus through these kind of rippling in the air, as if you see some sort of city. It's got this shine to it, but it kind of is like a mirage. It kind of disappears as you kind of try to focus on it. The rest of you do not see this at all. Do you guys enter?
what the devil is
And,
going on here?
Errol's gonna take a look at his wristband real quick. Gathering any information about possibly if this is another realm. If you can.
You feel that this is taking you to another plane. Yeah.
Well,
Maybe
let's
this
see,
is
Black
the-
Mountains. Either one of the hells, or no, it's not the plane of fire. There's only fire in the plane of fire. From what I remember. Maybe this is one of the hells.
What?
I
This
mean,
is the city?
what are you talking? City? What are you talking about?
As you say that, to remembering to yourself, Errol, that statement about the plane of fire, make a intelligence history check to see if you remember something extra that you had forgotten, maybe.
Sure. History, you said?
Yeah, please. Or because it's a plane or Arcana, whichever one you prefer.
Okay. I think Arcana would fit more. So that's a unnatural 20.
Oh, okay. You do remember for a second, oh, what about the floating city of brass? And you think that for a second, and you remember that is in the plane of fire, but it floats around.
And Errol is going to peek his head and take a look around and see if there's actually all ground or if it's floating at one point. There is the city of grass, but
As you stick your head through and you look to your left, you see the expanse. But as you look to your right, standing facing away from you, there is this 12-foot solid muscled humanoid with deep red skin and flaming long red hair tied as a ponytail. Adorned across its body is gold jewelry from ankles and wrist-blasted rings and earrings, and there are several rings that extend up its neck and make it straight. It wears this kind of green skirt that has golden trinkets and jewelry on multiple of its belts, and there is what you could probably measure up to a 6-foot scimitar sheathed on its side. And as you look at it, I guess you're the one currently only looking. I guess you could make a Arcana check.
sure.
We're being remarkably calm about looking into a doorway to hell. Have we become that jaded?
That is a
Yes,
natural
I believe
20.
so.
Ooh, we're
Immediately,
quite the.
Immediately, you recognize this being as an Ifrit, standing there. Currently,
Errol's-
looking away for you, has not noticed you, but he's kind of literally standing right next to you, and hasn't done or said anything. You can't actually see past him because he's that big as well.
Errol's just gonna peek his head right back out and say, "Freak out, guys! Don't freak out! Don't freak out."
Well, okay, it's
Shut
fine.
up.
It's fine.
There's an
Okay.
Ifrit literally to the right as soon as we step out the door.
Okay.
Hey, God,
What-
that sounds scary.
Would he?
What?
It's a very big thing. It's an Ifrit. Doctor.
I mean-
So, I'm just gonna take a step out. Don't freak out. We're just gonna play this cool like we belong.
Okay. I mean, I can make myself look like I belong. That's the thing, though.
I'll step
I have no fear. Yeah.
Oh, the prisoner strategy. This worked for us last time.
And Errol is just gonna take a step out, just cautiously, like, while still looking at the Ifrit while he's stepping out.
Okay.
Because I'm assuming he'll turn around while Ifrit, so Errol just steps out.
Aki's going to look to Bruce. Are we sure this is where we are supposed to be?
This is the room he said we're supposed to go into, I think.
This does not look like a room.
Come on, guys, you're overthinking this, and I'm just gonna walk. I'm just gonna waltz right through.
All right.
Oh, bloody hell. All right then. Bruce walks in.
You're
Okay.
thinking, Aki. Don't think. Just walk.
All right. As you, as the voice of Ruin kind of echoes as he says that, you see the Ifrit turn, and as you do, the rest of you see past him now because he kind of turns to the side, and as he turns, you see his arm kind of place on the hilt of his weapon, but past him, you see about a dozen young Avode who are seated on wooden desks that are randomly just catching on fire and igniting, and you see one of the Avodes kind of tap it down as he kind of sits down again and continues to kind of write. You see them sweating and exhausted by the heat as they continue writing on the parchment, and as you make noise, some turn to see you standing there in the plane itself. Standing on the opposite, well, past the kids, the Avos that you see, there is someone standing very straight and sternly looking at you. There you see the daggered-eyed, purple-skinned tiefling with horns that curve inwards, dark bluish hair, and adorned with a great reader's robe. For two of you, you already recognize her, as you have met her once before, and it was not in good terms then.
Oh, God.
This is Silvira Savikas. You see
And,
her immediately grab one of her fingers and twist it, like click it, out of like habit, as she begins walking around. And as she does, you see her kind of pull out this kind of short leather whip and smash straight onto the desk of one of the students of those that are looking behind. And she says, "Examination is not over yet." All the students leap in fright before all the others start scribing once again. She looks back towards you, and her eyes narrow even further as she begins walking towards you.
It looks like she's fun at parties.
Not another one with a whip. No,
This one doesn't like us. And he Bruce gestures
Oh.
to him and Aki.
You think you could have told me that before I fucking walked in here?
He tried to have us lynched.
I guess.
Gotta put the face paint on them. Make them look different.
How
Bruce
dare
waves.
you? She gets quite close to you. How
We have
dare
a pass.
you? I
Do
do
you
not
pull out
care
the
if you
pass?
have a pass.
Shit, I was hoping that would work.
How dare you come into an examination? She is talking loud. She doesn't even care about the students that are currently turning around. But instinctively she turns around and you see her throw a piece of kind of chalk towards one of the students, hits him in the forehead as he kind of, and they all kind of turn around back again, writing.
We're also here for an examination.
Bruin, shut up.
I regret this.
We were Harold. We were to meet one of the readers.
I told.
Professor Verglas, I'm Errol Emmerfield. I made the appointment. I was told this is the time. Your assistants let me in here. It wasn't my mistake to interrupt an exam.
Looking at the free.
Also, you have a very big assistant. Kudos to you for having security, but I'm here for the appointment scheduled for Errol Emmerfield.
Ziggy, put that weapon down.
Well,
As agreed
you
from-
are too early for this appointment.
Your automaton let me in. Said I was on time.
Wow.
Automaton?
Nice.
Whatever. I don't know what they're actually
He is
called.
only allowing people to enter into the room. What I told Kazarin for 12:30 when the examination is over.
Oh no, you were definitely
was-
12:15, didn't it?
Yes, we
Harold?
were told 12:12.
You're told, yeah.
We even have a letter that says it,
Stupid
so-
woman. Very well. Stand outside. Wait until the examination is over, and then we will discuss whatever that you may need from me. She gives
That-
you.
that's fair.
Looks at Bruce and Aki, and giving you the kind of stern look once again.
Bruce waves again and smiles.
Wait, we have to wait longer? I don't want to wait anymore.
No.
Ruin, come outside now. He just drags Ruin. Come on.
No, this is ridiculous.
Come in. We're coming.
Look,
Fine.
As you all
Fine.
step outside, you see the Ifrit grab the door and then.
I really
So,
do not like that tiefling.
Jeez, about
that
bitch.
professor lives in the elemental plane of fire, I'm guessing.
She's trying to warm her heart.
It's not working.
No, but she does have to
No.
be somewhere that's literally
This is-
ablaze for it to happen.
That is the second time I've met a scary woman with a whip. I would prefer not to bump into that again.
It does seem to be a habit, yes.
I kind of like a woman that could kick our ass. This could be fun.
She had us on trial for
Sure.
murder in seriously the first day we were here.
Yes, right,
Let's-
quite.
She has no sense of humor. I would not to be too clever.
Right. Yeah, she didn't appreciate me toning down the situation with her assistant. Also, was that offensive with automaton? I don't know what to call him. Like, they never
No,
gave us a
but
name.
I do find it funny that you instantly threw him under the bus. Good on you.
Hmm.
Hey man, I've been whipped by another scary woman. Okay, I don't need that twice. Okay.
That's completely
Well,
fair. It's completely
I'm calling dibs.
You
What are you
can
going to do?
sure go ahead, man. By all means.
Listen, The
No one's
scarier
gonna-
that means she's probably got a soft side.
Are we out?
No.
Are we out in a corridor now? Is that where we are?
You're
I
in this
assume
long
so, yeah.
hallway. Yep.
Hmm.
The room F in front of you, still there.
Right. Aki will sit down on with his back against the wall, and his feet touch, I guess, almost touching the wall on the other side, and just start eating whatever he can find in his pockets.
Okay.
I mean, okay, if you want, I could pull out one of my short swords and we could go at it with your new longsword if you want to test it again.
Oh, Shay would love to join.
He'll just try me for attempted murder. This time, I'll just wait. We'll do it somewhere with more space and less angry tieflings.
That's fair. Oh, I mean, that sounds a little bit racist, Ducky. Just because she's a tiefling doesn't mean she's angry.
She is angry.
I mean, she is, but she just happens to be a tiefling also.
She hated us on sight. I'm willing to return the favor.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that makes a little bit more sense.
That's very sharp-minded.
Yeah.
I think we should all give her a chance.
No, I'm just saying, being angry just because they are angry at you, that's very short-minded.
I mean, look,
Everything else I don't care about.
She clearly has some qualifications that might help me out. Could we please just help me and Ruin out? Could we just please try?
Oh, you
It's
can talk
not-
to her if you want.
her.
Not the worst idea that perhaps Bruce and I stand at the back. I don't know.
Yes.
All right, and I'll just be at the
You did
front.
it. You did it.
Yagu,
talking.
you think she's nice, right?
I'm still very confused about everything that just happened, so give me a moment.
We just got kicked out of a classroom that was having an exam because we were misinformed about the time for a meeting appointment.
Yeah, no, I got that part. I'm still curious about why was everything fire in there.
Oh, that's
Oh, it's another plane.
yeah. Lots of fire.
Yeah. Probably
Is
the plane
this
of
the
fire.
same thing that basically made us quit?
No, God, no. No.
Listen.
No, we are, no. Yagu, no.
The most important thing to
No.
know is that this woman who tried to have myself and Aki lynched for existing is the only person who could possibly help Errol and Ruin.
Yep.
Well,
Oh.
there was also Catherine herself, but
I think we just need to lay it on sweet on her. I think you guys are being judgmental. You had one
You know
bad
what?
incident. She doesn't seem
Right.
that bad.
You can do the sweet talking then if I screw up with my negotiations. You could be the wingman. Or do you?
have
Hey,
any-
but
do you
I
have any
want her.
popcorn? I want to watch.
I mean, do
want
you?
popcorn.
Okay, then I'll be your wingman then. You
Fine,
know, I mean,
fine. She really did seem nice. I think you guys just got off on the wrong toe with her.
you know, we gotta have a talk about this when we get back. But you can do
Yeah,
the
some-
talking if you want to, Ruin.
I just
Wait,
like a strong.
wait.
I like a strong-willed person, and she
We're,
is
we're
very
learning a,
strong-willed.
we're learning a lot about you today, Ruin.
a lot more than we would have thought.
Aki, do you have popcorn? I want to eat that while watching this. I'm assuming it's going to be a train wreck.
Why don't you try
Uh,
eating those muffins that Yagu has?
No.
Actually,
I-
speaking of muffin, no, not a good idea. Serious meeting. Need to
I
be.
I mean,
Calm.
I'm assuming that Aki, your fire breath could make popcorn, right?
I don't carry corn.
Oh, maybe we should get Carl and test. The questions for later.
I'm gonna use prestidigitation to clean off any dirt and grime on me, and like steam will rise off.
Did you really good? If Aki sees that while he's eating whatever it is, he's going to kind of flick bits. Just petty to see if he doesn't want anything to go well in this particular interaction because it's going to go badly anyway.
At this point,
Aki first. If you
the door
guys feel that
opens
strongly.
while you're about to have this conversation, and you begin to see the dozen students still profusely sweating. Oh my god!
Harold's
Oh my god! Die.
giving
Oh my
thumbs
god!
Well
up.
done. Well
You
done.
did good.
You did a great job. Good,
Yeah.
good, jolly good.
Yeah, plane of fire isn't for everyone. Just
Water.
good job.
That's good.
Oh,
Wild lips.
yeah, you gotta get used to it. Oh,
You see them kind of go past. You see inside before she begins heading towards the door itself. I'm sorry, they begin heading towards the door itself. They are having a conversation with the Ifrit in the distance, and then you see the Ifriti just just turn into a gaseous form and disappearing from your sight as she goes through the door and comes out, looks at you all, shuts the door behind her, takes out a wand, and begins casting some sort of incantation towards the door before the door shifts into a different door as she opens it and enters into the room, leaving the door behind open.
Can we come in now?
That is why the door is open. Hurry up.
Errol's
You
gonna
don't have to
step
tell
in.
me twice.
Aki, pass a snack. I need to understand while watching this.
Aki will get up off the floor and tear a piece of toast from breakfast in half and give half of it to Bruce. And
Thank you very much.
wander kind of against his will into this room.
As you enter into this space, it immediately kind of feels like an office, but it is in shambles. You see papers that are scattered all across the rooms. You see a pinup board that kind of displays multiple kind of symbols that kind of interlinked with lines in a kind of circular rotation and motion. There are burnt papers, wet papers, there are papers that have been ripped but hover in a place, and as you move around and look at it at a different angle, it actually creates an entire page at a different angle. The floor is covered with mud, sand, snow, and all manner of environmental geography, rocks and whatnot. There are multiple desks that have strange jars that have been preserved, creatures and organs and other strange items that have been placed with no such order. But yeah, you kind of move around the room very haphazardly, and you see her just kind of go onto the other side of the desk, set a bunch of papers down, not even looking at you, picks up a quill and begins what seems to be marking papers.
Are there like chairs, or is it like no chairs? We're just standing at this
Nope,
point?
the only chair it is her chair. There's no other chairs to kind of sit down.
Professor Savikas, thank you for this appointment. My name is Earl Emmerfield. This is my friend Ruin Synergy. We're
Hello.
here for an appointment in regards to asking you some questions about the ethereal plane, if possible. And if maybe you have some help to provide for us. Maybe.
And what help are you seeking from me?
Well, I was hoping for either one of two things. Either a way to draw in, like, an item that's been lost in the ethereal plane, or a way to go to the ethereal plane to find an item that was lost there.
Your first request, I don't think I'd be able to do that. But the second request, there is a chance I can send you there if you want to go.
I will add, once we get into the ethereal plane, I can locate it, so it's more just getting us there. That's the issue.
If that would be greatly appreciated. That's the main purpose of this appointment. Miss Professor Savikas. Again, apologies for interrupting your exam.
And my only request is, instead of this room trying to warm up your heart, how about you let me do that?
Visible palm slap.
Make a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Aki drop just
There's a time and fucking place.
Amazing.
5 minutes. 5 minutes.
Did it?
Terrible.
Oh
That's not terrible!
She kind of looks at you and says, she doesn't, she hears a voice as she kind of stands up and looks over the table, looking down at where the voice came from. Yes.
Don't mind the size, it's just a curse. Eventually it'll get handsomer.
That's actually why we're here, Miss Professor.
Look, I can get you there like I suggested, but in return I would like a favor. I do not know what yet, But when I do come calling, I would hope that you'll be ready to assist me for whatever I need.
Very well. Where's the contract? Where is it?
Don't worry about a
Contract.
contract. If you're just trying to ask me out, you could just. I'll say yes.
I would
He does know some good
suggest.
food joints.
I would suggest you quiet this one up as quickly as
Oh.
possible before I retract my offer. You have now
I'll
10 minutes
Well,
to persuade me why I should do this for you.
What? I would be more than willing to help you out with this offer, and he'll show her the wrist spanner. I'm more than qualified to travel any other planes you
How
can't
did
access.
you get that?
Would telling you the truth be making it easier to persuade
Well,
you
of
to help me?
course.
I worked under Dr. Gret, and he'll just place it on the table. Dr. Gret is my mentor who made this device,
You
and
know grit?
Gret, Grett.
Yes, that's
Dr.
what I
Gret.
said, grit.
Yep, Dr. Gret, and this is how I got this device. I am.
How do you know grit?
We go back. I've known him for over a century and a half. He is a mentor of mine, and that is how I have this device.
Okay.
Which is the wrist spanner, as you can see here. It's perfectly genuine. And
I know what
ideally,
that is. I've seen it before.
Then you know I'm not lying to you.
If you are, and if you're not, I do not care. I only seek a favor in return. Now that I know that you are, I guess, Gret's apprentice,
Yes, technically.
perhaps I can do this for you. However, I can only send you in. You will have to find your own way back. And looking towards Bruce and Aki, I would not suggest taking those two along with you. They have been in trouble to Candlekeep once before. I wouldn't trust them with my life.
oh, they're just our slaves.
I'll pipe up and say, sorry about
Aki's
him.
toast is burning in his hand.
Sorry about him. He points over to Ruin. He's been cursed with stupidity, and we are actually all. This is actually my fault that these two are in this predicament, and we've been trying to help them out, and it's kind of a team effort what we're doing. So we would need to take us all.
Professor Savakas, your advice is greatly appreciated and noted. However, I would be more than willing to help you out with this favor, as well as my group as well, if you'd be willing to send us into the ethereal plane. There, the terms are fair.
Make a perception check, Harold.
Gotcha.
While that's happening, Ziggy will ask, "How do you expect us to get back?"
Nat 20.
Unbelievable.
Did you ask her how do you expect to get back?
Yeah.
That is not my concern. If you get back, you get back. If you don't, then perhaps you look for another living in the ethereal plane. Where I can send you specifically is to the Radiant Citadel. That from there you may choose to find information. Perhaps it is most likely whatever you may be looking for or lost in the ethereal plane is found there. Yeah, Errol, you notice that on her shoulder there are these they look a little bit like snowflakes, but they're black. Only notice when she came out of the fireplace.
Huh, you're... Anyway, you mentioned... Do you know Dr. Gret by any chance? This is not influencing whether I'm willing to do you a favor. It's more just informal question while we're settling matters.
We are acquaintance. I've known him for a while. Yes. Why? Has he said
I was
something
just
about
curious. No.
No.
I was only curious because
me?
whenever
Of
I pull this
course,
out,
he wouldn't say anything about me. Anyway, I believe you are out of time. I have another lesson to teach. I would
Very well.
suggest
Before-
you make any preparations if you are willing to go, and
Yes.
return back to my office. She goes to a drawer, picks out a parchment already written, gives it to you. At your convenience, and I will have whatever needs preparations for you to head to the Radiant Citadel.
Thank you very much, Professor Savikas. This has been a great arrangement. With your favor, again, Harold Emberfield, we're the Caravan of Chaos. Just
I do
for your-
not care. Get out.
when you need to find us. Bye. Bye. And Harold's going to start heading out. Come on, guys, let's go. Let's go. We're done here.
Name's Ruin Synergy, don't forget it.
Come on.
As we're leaving, the door shuts. Bruce takes out the now rotten two bits of crab meat that he saved in the bag of holding and stuffs it into the sort of like the hinges of the door, and then just walks away.
Yeah, we're just going to keep walking. Okay, we got this parchment. We can just head back to the office. And in the meantime, Bruce, I'm going to need to borrow some money.
Sure, of course. What do you need?
I'm going to buy a lot of cold arrows where we're going, and possibly another element of the enchanter's willing to do that. But I just need to borrow a crap ton of gold. Or platinum, whichever one. Because each one is 9 gold each.
Oh, 102 platinum, just over 1,000 gold. You still? I still have 83. I did the sums, Ruin. You still have 83 gold to take from the kitty.
Oh, it's too late.
I'm
aware.
I
You're on the
realized
list.
buying
Preferring list.
10 arrows is going to cost about 90 gold each.
That's
So
fine.
maybe I was thinking about getting maybe either 20 or 30, but what do you guys think? I realize it's a lot of money. I know it's a lot, but
If you need it.
It's only
Yeah.
money.
Shut up, Aki.
alright, so Bruce, I'm just going to ask to borrow 180 gold.
You're not borrowing it. It's from the party fund. Don't worry about it. 180. Here you go.
DM.
Maybe I should.
Sorry, I'll be very quick. Would being a mystical person myself, would Ziggy know like the requirements of getting out of it? Would he know about the plane shift spell and like how not ready we are for such a casting? Or would you have to roll Arcana?
You roll an Arcana, actually. Roll Arcana, and then I'll give you
Okay.
basis of this
In
information.
the meantime, I'm going to go to the enchanter and buy some arrows. I'll meet you guys back at the house.
I'll
Like
tag along with Harold.
like a Taylor Swift song, I feel at 22.
Okay. Okay. As you kind of think back to it, you know of the spell itself. You know you are not capable of casting it, nor any of your party members at this moment. You need more training, understanding of what the spell does, but you know the enchantment that was on the door itself was almost like a plane shift as well, so you know the essence of it, on how it works and stuff. But that one thing that kind of gets you need to find someone powerful enough in this place to be able to send you back, if there is such a person. So that is the risk that you understand. Yes, this professor can send you there, but is there someone equally as powerful there that can do the same favor for you in return?
I'll relate that to the group as like this could be like a last hurrah situation. If we can't find someone equal to a great reader in the Radiant Citadel, and we can't get on good favor with them, we may be fucked.
Rolling on the 22 that you roll, just before you say anything quickly, you also think that you could very likely gather information about the Radiant Citadel in the library where you are. And knowing that is, well, you'll have to see what you get from that.
I'll then also add, if some of you are willing to help me read, which, well, looking at some of you, I know some of you aren't. Maybe there's some info here in the Radiant Citadel. Maybe we can find someone.
Look, I've never really been to the ethereal plane. I've always been warned not to go there. My method was just to try to use my rift spanner to detect portals as long as it takes me. But I'd be more than willing to help you read as soon as I get prepped with arrows, because I have a feeling where we're going, just normal arrows ain't exactly going to cut it.
Fair enough.
Did we come to the conclusion the only people capable of pulverizing gems is a jeweler, which means Baldur's Gate, or would we be able to do something like that here? As long as I'm not buying them, I can just smash them to bits.
Yeah, you definitely will need a jeweler. You're unsure if there is, or maybe the enchanter may possibly be able to do that for you for a price. So you can look into that as well. Yeah.
Then Aki will go with Harold if he's going down to the enchanter to ask about this.
Welcome to company. But to answer your question, Ziggy, I will help you research into the Radiant Citadel. Never heard of the place, but with the name Citadel like that, there's bound to be a collection of people and bound to be someone who might be able to help us get back if I can't get us back or if there's not another solution presented. Either way, I'm going. If you guys don't want to go or if you guys feel it's too big a risk, I don't blame you guys. I'm going for sure, though.
Oh no, we're going.
I gave you my word.
Yeah,
I'll also be going.
I
I wanna.
want
only
to fix
have,
this mess.
I only have
Also, I can-
20 days left, guys.
Also, I can locate objects that I think did help. But yes, so I do want to fix the mess I made.
Actually, on that topic, and Bruce will pull out the unused canvases and paints that he took from the hag's lair. So, since we're essentially looking for these, but finished, if we have these, would it help us get? Would it help the spell to get us closer to where we need to be?
Possibly. Also, I need to find a way to generate a gravity well, whatever that means, but...
Ziggy, make a Arcana check.
The ethereal plane, is this the place where we float?
Ghost.
There's
I think it's the place where the dead go, if I remember correctly. I was just always told never to go there.
Wait, what?
dead?
I think so, for the ethereal plane.
On the 18, you know that sorry, what was it asked you, Bruce, again? You asked something.
I've got some of those canvases and unused paints from the hags there.
Yeah.
I just wonder if having these would help us get transported closer to where we need to be to find the other ones.
You know that the item, the spell locate object is specific to that item itself. So if you say a canvas or made from said this material, it will look for that specific one closest to you. So you being close proximity to the canvases that Bruce has will only point towards that direction, even though that you're looking for the other one.
Yeah, I'll relate that, and I'll say to myself, I mean, I've cast magic on this crate. I think that makes me pretty familiar with it. So, but I will say, if I don't know what's out there, if we get hurt bad, I'll be using the access to Revivify I have. That'll be gone. I will say that now, though. So we should probably prepare. You know, if we get hurt, we should. Well, make sure we don't. Is what I'm saying.
Let us just be clever about this and careful.
We might
Aki,
have to stockpile on some healing potions from the enchanter if we can.
Okay.
well, I mean, we've stopped replies, but I just want to say, Aki, remember who you're talking to. When have we ever been clever?
That is sort of my point. Let's try it.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Or maybe we're both too dumb to realise how stupid it is.
As
I'm okay
you-
with it.
As you head to the enchanter, let's just finish off here before we go and break. So, Harold, what did you want to buy?
I wanted to buy 20 enchanted arrows. Specifically, there are other elements that are offered besides fire and ice, right? I just wanted to ask that to be sure. If not, then
There's only fire and ice that he's kind of shown you. Is there any other specific ones that you want?
let's see. I'm trying to think of the other elements, such as like maybe is it okay if I can 10 lightning, and if I can after that 10 radiant.
All right, roll a d20 first.
Okay.
Someone's been playing Breath of the Wild, hasn't he, Joey?
That's a nat 20.
That's fine.
Ah,
All right, and now make a fate roll.
You're on fire today,
Alright.
man.
Yeah,
Rolling
all right.
high.
If you roll 3 nat
No.
20s in a row,
Nope. It evens out.
Oh wow, the opposite. You request the okay. So you request the different enchanted arrows, and he says, I do have some radiant. Actually, I only have just the one radiant arrow. The other arrow, it will take some time to enchant more of them. Would you like this one?
I'll take it. How much would it be? Is it still 9 gold, or is it a different price?
No, 9 gold is fine. Yes.
Okay, so I'll pay for that one. And I guess the 19 then in the meantime, because I got enough gold for exactly 20 enchanted arrows, it would take him time. So I'm just going to say, alright, in that case, 9 fire arrows and 10 ice arrows.
That
I
is,
can give you gold
that is
if
all.
you would like more.
That's all I have anyway. That's the amount of arrows. So there we go. He only had 20 arrows anyway. So
Yeah. So, and then the amount of fire arrows, I said 9, so that's 15. And then I'll add the radiant arrow right now.
okay, cool. Okay.
I had a question regarding, are you capable of pulverizing, not just breaking, pulverizing gemstones? Fine enough that I may... Yes?
Yes. With enchantments, some of the enchantments that we have, we do tend to pulverize them. It will take some time to do so, as we have back order with other materials and requests. But for a price on determining how much you are leaving behind, there will be a time and a value of how much it will cost.
How much would it cost to jump to the front of that queue?
Make a persuasion check.
I will be guiding to you if needed.
Are you there?
I assume
he's
I'm
there.
around. I'm always watching. I'm always there.
Oh, that's creepy. Right.
I am the knight.
You know the D4. If you think about it, I'm a changeling. I could be anyone.
Yeah, I was gonna say add a D4, you have guidance.
There is also. Go ahead. That's fine.
17.
Woo!
I will say, if you give me a large quantity,
Yes.
then I could potentially do it first for you, knowing that it will take longer. He kind of looks at you in a kind of longer, and but it will be done for you quicker, for the right price, of course. Plus, you've done me so much of a good favor, you and your caravan of chaos. So, for sure, I can do that for you.
I have an enormous amount of things to be pulverized, and if there is a way to get this done as quickly as absolutely possible, I will pay you 250 gold for the service. Just as if we can do some very quickly, and I can pick up the rest later.
Now, it depends on the quantity. Please, could you show me how much you want to get pulverized?
Yes. Okay, deep breath. There is everything I just bought when we were in Baldur's Gate, plus onyx to the tune of 500 golds worth. So there is 1,500 golds worth of various stone.
Would diamonds or opals help?
No, this is exactly what I need to do something right away, and then I can hand over everything else for long-term crushing.
Make a fate roll.
These are, of course, my specialty. Hi! Oh!
Whoa! Fucking hell! Wasting them all, you guys.
He looks at it and he goes, huh. You know what? You are in luck. And it will not make a difference to me. Here. And he takes all the onyx and things for you. Are you okay if I provide you? Is it necessarily you need these specific gems to be pulverized? Or could it be because I have a stash in the back that could be it is the same value as this, but it is already pulverized with gems of different
Okay.
kind.
There are the immediate 1,500 golds worth. It can be any gem. When we come to the longer term crushing stuff, there is diamond, blue sapphire, and aquamarine. I would like to keep separate. But if you have 1,500's worth,
That's
right
okay.
away,
Yeah.
we can just make the trade.
That sounds perfect to me.
Wonderful.
They take the gems, and then in return they bring back now it's a big satchel of kind of dust of gems, and
Yay!
gives it to you. You have now 1,500 worth of pounded gems that you
Pulverized
can,
whatevers.
pulverized
Okay.
whatevers. Yes.
Lovely.
Mark of the rest of the gems that you have given away. Yes.
Right. Should I send you a message with the diamond, sapphire, and aquamarine that are going to be pulverized long term?
Are you leaving him with them now?
Yes, because they will have to be pulverized eventually. Anyway,
What's the quantity for that?
there's 800 gold worth of sapphire and 435's worth of aquamarine, and I think I might keep the diamond for revivifying purposes.
Fair enough. Okay, we'll do this kind of out of game, and we'll kind of you mentioned this to the enchanter, and you have a long discussion with him in regards to this and leaving the diamonds behind, and we'll come up with the calculation and the cost of this one specifically later. But yes, after you guys have kind of completed this, you guys begin prepare. Oh, sorry, Ruin, you were there. Did you want to do something?
I just had 2 quick questions, and I'm just going to do we still have that book, by the way, Aki? The one when we all kind of chipped in together to buy you?
We do, yes. But it's not going to be applicable for like another 100 years.
I know, but could I just possibly see it for a second?
Out of game, am I able to hand this thing over without it having some sort of terrible consequence and undoing itself?
You can certainly find out. No, it's fine. You can read it fast.
Then, I mean, it has to stay on the character sheet for it to remain active. But I will, in theory, hand over the whatever it was called, the Tome of Leadership and Influence.
Okay.
I'm gonna point at the book and look at the enchanter and just. Okay, 2 questions. One, could you possibly speed up the time on this book so we could use it again? And I'll pay you a lot of gold.
That magic. This book is one of a kind. I did not create it. Someone created this book. I cannot do anything to influence its time of passage. You've read this already, one of you?
He did.
I did.
Then you. Yep.
It's not an easy read.
It is not, and there is a. Actually, may I?
Sure. I
Then
think there can only be a few pages in it at the moment. It was rewriting itself.
Yes, and this is exactly what happens. I'm sorry. Unfortunately, that is out of. I am not powerful enough to. Perhaps did God?
That's fine. Don't worry about that then. Then, could you possibly help me with this one, and I'll reach out and pull the scythe out of the cloud, and could you make this better than what it is right now? Stronger, sharper. I've never actually had anyone look at this besides the smith. He just made it from a sword into a scythe. I'll pass the scythe over.
They inspect it. This has already got an enchantment on it already. Am I correct? Do you understand that?
Yes, it uses it uses sort of an acid for elemental purpose.
This is quite similar to your bow, Herald. Is this? Yes.
And he'll just pull the bow out and present it. Actually, you're right. I never even thought about that, actually. Bruin, where did you get that?
I've always had it. It's part of me.
Well, it is to enchant it any further, to make it even stronger for a magical item as this, it will be very pricey. You're talking about materials costing 5 to 10,000 gold worth.
Is there any way we could discount it for right now, and I could do you huge favors in the future? I'll pull out 40 platinum and then 415 gold and 2 different pouches, and please.
This is something that will take time to enchant as well. It's nothing
We'll even
that can be.
we could spread your name out across the land and tell them that you sponsored the Cox, and that will bring business to you, and we'll tell everyone that you're the only enchanter we'll go to.
That is really not my interest. I've been in Candlekeep for a long time, and I do this out of pleasure. This is my joy of these creations that I create for Candlekeep and seekers like yourself. I will say, if you provide me with the sum, then I will do it as quickly as possible. I understand. I do not understand your urgency for it, but you have done a favor for me, and but I do not have the material. The money that you will provide me, I must order the material and then the enchantment. It's time that is against you right now.
We're just
No
going to be
problem, I
going somewhere very
understand.
dangerous.
Yeah, do you have any armor on hand that's already enchanted? Something that could help us then? I'm just looking for anything. We're about to go on a very dangerous journey.
I do not have anything that will effectively help you in that way. I have some potions, two, one greater, one normal potions. If you're willing to depart with it, I
Bruce,
can provide that for you for both of them for 100 gold.
Both for
Bruce, would you
100.
be
No
willing?
discount?
Well, usually the greater healing would cost around 100 gold pieces, and the normal is 50 gold pieces. So 100 gold pieces for two sounds fair enough.
125?
I have 8 platinum, Bruin. I can chip in if you're willing to chip in the other, 20 gold.
You should ask him to leave more. Seriously. Just ask him to go now, right now. Well, the enchanter should ask him to go for being greedy.
No, it's bartering.
He's discounting you 50 gold and you're still bartering. I mean, come on.
He
Is your
just
greedy gonna leave me
he
here?
says, I understand your dare I say hunger for your the discount, but 100 gold is the price.
Okay. Bruin, 20 gold. I have 8 platinum. Come on. Let's just get
Take
those
the
potions.
20.
It's better to have
Yeah.
them. Money's
Yeah,
not going to
take-
do us any good dead.
Take the 20 gold.
And I'll hand him 8 platinum with
Alright.
that.
Harold, why don't you hold on to both of those?
Alright, I will. So you said, what was it? A potion of greater and a potion of normal healing?
That's correct, yeah.
Okay. So I'll add that to my inventory. They're added right now.
Amazing. Alright.
Aki's going to shove off and go looking for Bruce in rather a hurry.
Okay.
And Errol's going to leave saying, "Thank you, Enchanter. It's been very good. We have a lot of stuff to do to prepare. Do take it easy." And Errol's going to get going. Come on, guys, let's go.
And you too. And as you leave the shop and try to gather your party together, we'll go on a short break.
Yep.
Kind of pushed it a little bit, but we'll go on a quick
Yeah.
short break and then come back to see where the story leads from there. So, see you guys in a bit.
See
Don't
you
go
in a sec.
anywhere. Bye. And there's the bell as well. Hi everyone, welcome back.
time today.
Exactly on time. Hi everyone, welcome
I
back.
made it.
Thank you for continuing to watch and waiting. And we'll jump straight back in. Let me just set the music and tone because I can still hear the volcano lava in the background. And let's put back into the Candlekeep music. All right, Aki, you find yourself looking for Bruce, and eventually you find him. Continue on from there.
Bro, I've got it.
What?
He holds up the big bag.
Oh my
I've
goodness!
got it. I've got
Great.
it. We could do this now before we go meet the dead in the flying world. We could do this.
Yes,
Do you want?
fantastic idea.
What was that?
My shirt.
Oh.
What did you think? He just ripped off his my skin? There, tattoo it.
You only have one of those.
I bought you that shirt. Okay.
None of us have mending.
I have a spare. It's fine. Don't worry.
Okay. This is what it's going to be. This is. You don't have too many magic things you need to concentrate on at once, right? Because that's what this is going to be.
I don't concentrate on anything magic. Don't worry.
Right. You do now. This is not one gemstone. This is lots of different ones. So it's going to be a little different colors and stuff. So it'll be pretty cool. Do you want it on your scalp, like round your scalp, or do you want like half an arm or half a leg or what? That's about the size we're talking.
Probably on the arm. Then the scalp sounds painful.
It probably would be.
Also, I
Right.
just ripped off my shirt for no reason. If that was the case.
That's true. That'd be super weird. Then top half left arm. I need 3 hours with you. This will probably hurt a bit, but
Really good.
so here we go. It's going to be the top half of the left arm. It's Eldritch Claw. It's called.
Does this work
is-
if I'm? Can I use this if I'm raging?
Yes, because as far as I can tell, this doesn't require concentration. You have to be attuned to it. I assume Rage is not unattuned from anything. So it's going to be a kind of claw-like forms all around the top half of your arm. While it's on your skin, unarmed strikes are considered magical.
Ooh, that's cool.
You gain resistance for the purpose of overcoming immunity and resistance to non-magical, and you gain +1 to attack and damage with unarmed strikes. As a bonus action, you can empower this tattoo for 1 minute during combat or for anything else, I guess. For the duration, melee weapon attacks can reach up to 30 feet, as the inky tendrils launch from your weapon or unarmed strikes. In addition, melee is worth an extra 1d6 force damage on top of normal.
Oh, you just turned me into Scorpion, haven't you?
Bonus action only once a day. So-
Doesn't matter. This sounds amazing.
So this is this is a mongrel of different colors, but who cares? This is going to be awesome. So a huge bear claw tattoo that wraps around the arm more than once, and it's a tattoo artwork check, which is Dex plus proficiency. It's according to this sheet that you sent me, guys. Its DC to apply is 12
That is correct.
because it is technically only an uncommon rarity.
Yep.
This is uncommon. Oh my god.
This- Yeah, these things get pretty wild. So here we go, 1500's worth of gold.
Don't
And
fuck
I'm
up.
going to throw all sorts of things at this if this doesn't work.
Can-
Before anyone asks, this will be over 3 hours, like you mentioned.
Yes.
So you'll have to
Yeah,
use
so we've
your own skills without
Yeah.
help.
yeah.
unfortunately.
I will say that we'll say that we go up to the common space and we Yeah.
Can like me and Rune specifically, can we for the start give them bardic inspiration, all that guidance stuff?
Guidance, no. Bardic inspiration. It normally
it
just
lasts
only
10
lasts
minutes,
10
yeah.
minutes. This is over
Okay,
a long
so
time.
I wouldn't worry about this. With
Over-
long rested, I can self-inspire using sorcery points, so I can give myself an advantage on the roll, or I can re-roll if I want.
I was only thinking of doing it like once, to be honest.
This is happening. Right, let's go.
Come on, come on.
I
come
will
on,
say, if you fail, completely.
Can we help him by like wiping the sweat off his brows and stuff?
Sure. As you, yeah, if you fail, remember the components do get consumed.
Come on. Oh, come on.
But if I fail, I'm going to throw all sorts of things at it of my own to make it not fail.
Fair enough. I'm
This
just
has
saying.
to
That's
work.
why
Okay.
1,500 gold.
Okay, go
You
ahead.
got your own inspiration.
You sit down. You take out the equipment and you begin to use its magical, using the magical ink and providing the slowly installation of the dust. And as time goes by, you begin inking it through. It goes through, but please make me a performance check as well, please. This is going to determine how good the tattooing is.
You can use inspiration for this one.
Yeah, yeah,
If you
that's
for
tell
sure.
me
Yeah, yeah.
beforehand.
Then I will do that for the performance because I would like it to not shit. Hey!
Yes.
Yes. Why don't you continue describing as you finishing? We give the finishing touches.
This it's worth noting this is not mechanical tattooing. This is the old school tap and hit kind of tattooing. It's hollow in the back because it's feeding the dust through into the ink as well, and as it's going on, it does shimmer different colors as it moves.
Is that a pig tooth? Is that what? Is that what?
It's probably a good few needles at once. Yeah. But as we're going on, we I guess only hurts when we're touching around the clavicle. But Bruce has got a lot of meat in his arms. I don't suspect this is going to hurt too much.
He's a bit of a baby about this though, so.
Yeah.
It's like, ow!
You're getting a little pale. Here, eat something. Yeah.
Thank you.
And as we finish up, it comes down to the claws coming round and wrapping back up the inside of an arm, and this thing can now, has the properties that I described before. So it does require attunement. If you were to end attunement, the tattoo vanishes entirely.
Ooh, I'm not doing that then.
It must remain on you. It's probably worth noting as well if you're ever forced to unattune from everything somehow, but I don't know if there's magic fields or anything that do that. That's gonna suck.
I think only if your character dies, you unattune from everything. Then if it dies, then you will lose attunement. As far as I
I'd
remember.
still have a really good tattoo though.
Sure. Yeah.
I suppose that's true.
And you actually, when you're looking at Aki do this, and you watch him as he's doing the precision, you notice that there is this even finer detail. As yes, he's created the design of the claw wrapping around you, but the detail of the kind of runic symbols that he has to implement, and that is why it takes so long to do so. Once it finishes, and he kind of moves away from it, you feel the surge of power, of this kind of arcane energy from this tattoo that he's now created. It is strange yet immediately familiar to you, as if you know exactly what to do with this.
As Bruce is looking at it, like he concentrates on it, and it seems to curl up his arm, and his hands form almost like bear claws. It's like a sort of shadowy, eldritchy kind of look. Oh, this is amazing! And then back up again.
Does it feel? Is it good?
Wait, I'm going to stand over there. He stands 30 feet away, and he goes out and just sort of grabs Aki and brings him over to him. Oh, bloody hell, it works! That's amazing!
Cool. So, if we'd been fighting that dragon and it was flying around, you could have reached it.
I could have. That would have made things a lot simpler, but we were considerably poorer, so...
Well, there's that. But that's great. These things work. That's
Yes!
that's the first one.
That's amazing! Yes, that's amazing!
Great. Errol will be very pleased to hear that I don't screw these things up.
And as you are celebrating, the rest of the party enter the room. You guys kind of holding each other's arms, jumping for joy.
Nice tat.
Thank you. It looks cool. Watch this. Here, look at that.
Whoa.
Utterly disgusting. I'm happy for you.
Yeah.
Can't wait for mine.
Mm. But yours will look completely different, but it will work.
That's what I'm happy to hear. Well, we got a big day, big
Big
time
deal. You
coming
gonna get a
ahead.
tattoo?
Well, tattoos aren't really my thing, Ruin, but I can maybe come up with a concept, maybe work it in. It'd probably be easier to do a tattoo on me, as I can make a sort of more of an outline for you.
So,
I can give you tattoos that you can just manipulate in how they look, and they don't have to do anything more than that.
I suppose. I
we'll
don't know.
go to Professor Zavakas's office soon, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
shit.
I wanted this on him before we get into a fight. Is all.
Good
So
idea.
we should probably start heading off to Savakasa's soon.
Yeah, let's do it.
I
I
agree.
can start packing up and get all the extra dust that's kind of lying across things off.
Well, we're
Harold's
packing
already
up.
packed.
Well,
I want to try something. Hang on. This is for the giggles. It's nothing serious. What's your passive perception, Lucky?
Oh, sorry, you caught me mid-drink. 16.
That's pretty high. Here we go. Never mind.
What you doing?
Nothing. And he walks away suspiciously.
What? Could I guess what he was doing with that low of a perception?
He crunches something up and sort of like holds it behind him. Nothing. And he walks away backwards and then sort of like.
I
scours away
command
behind
you
the
to
corner.
drop it.
He throws it.
I commanded you to drop it.
Wait, what?
I
is that a
command
spell?
you.
Oh, you should
to drop it.
Spell command. Okay, what do I roll for that?
Wisdom save, I think.
Wisdom save.
It's gonna be a wisdom save. Yep, 16.
Sure thing. This is funny. I like this. Bugger.
Oh, there we go.
He drops a rucksack.
What were you about to do to me?
Nothing.
I can't command you to tell the truth, but Bruce, what were you about to do?
Bruce runs away. He's off. he runs back, grabs the bag, and runs away again.
I think he was about to stuff me in that bag.
Okay, I'm done.
Would have been a bag experience.
Bruce throws the bag at Harold.
Ah! Okay.
Okay.
Note
All
to
right.
self, keep an eye on the green one.
As
Which
you-
one?
Which one?
All of them.
All of them. as you begin heading towards past the Emerald Door once again, you head towards where you last saw the office of the Great Reader, and as you do, you stand there in front. What do you do? It's closed at the moment. The door's closed.
I'll knock on the door. Professor Zavakas? I'll actually shout it this time. She got upset with me last time for opening the door.
You wait a moment.
Professor! And Harold's gonna look at the parchment, see if it has anything written on it.
And then the door just. Yes, enter now.
Alright. And holding the parchment, he's gonna enter in. I'm here to take on your favor and collect also on your favor.
My favor I will have when you return.
Okay. Well, then holding up the parchment, we're ready to go.
Very well. Stand there.
Alright, and
Does it smell of crab meat at the door?
Yeah, still sells
Rotten
crab
crab
meat.
meat.
Yep.
Good, rotten crab meat.
It's
just
kind of masked to these other smells into the rooms as well, so it's kind of blended into there. But she makes no mind of it or says anything towards it, and she takes a scroll out and she says, "Well, I hope you are ready. If you are not, too late." And she opens the scroll and begins reading, and as she does, you all begin to you hear this kind of vibration around you before just shock.
Before she sends us, I'll just shout, "If I make it back alive, I..."
you disappear. You feel this kind of pulling and tugging of your entire entity and soul shifting to some other plane. Not like how you walked into the other door. This is much more vigorous and aggressive. And as you get pulled through, it's as if you're thrown into something that you didn't want to, and as you appear, you feel like most of your senses have vanished as you're slightly floating in this almost empty feeling and empty space around you. But as you do appear, I need everyone to give me a Constitution saving throw. Errol, you're with advantage.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh, damn.
Okay. Well, only Ruin, Bruce, and Errol, you guys managed to kind of keep your wits about you as you do not feel the sickness that comes from shifting. And Errol, you are familiar moving from plane to plane. There can be some sort of kind of effect on you, making you feel very, very ill. The rest of you bath and spew out all what you have eaten in the morning and whatever you've had. And you arrive at this expanse of empty space. I will say, before I pass it on to Cisco itself, Aaron, give me another perception check, please.
And make a
Okay.
D10 roll as well, Harold. I'll add
Okay.
that as well. That will
So-
determine how many hours has taken, because apparently going to the ethereal plane takes time, even through a plane shift.
So perception is
another
20.
Oh, heck,
Yeah.
Joey,
And
what
the
have you
2
done to
for
this?
the.
Okay, 2 hours.
Okay. So it's multiplied by 10, whatever you roll.
Okay, so it's a 2 multiplied by 10, so 20.
20 hours. Yep. It's passed like in an instant.
Okay.
It's a good thing I wasn't any higher.
As you stand there, you feel it. There is this pull, as you felt when you had that vision before, and as you turn around, you can see in this distance this kind of cyclone. It is covering the whole view. There is this kind of always a constant moving of what seems to be like clouds or mist, and there is this kind of spark of perhaps lightning, but in a different coloration, greenish, ethereal, kind of turquoisey sparks. But at the same time, on the opposite side, as you look, you see that there is this path that leads to well, at this point, I'm going to pass it on to Cisco as he describes the rest.
All right. So, as Mo described, adding to that, at some points you also see roiling that you are at the moment. You see like different colors around it, like almost like if you, Iago, you will think of your vision on when all of you went through space to wild space. So some of those colors in the distance resemble that. But before, as you keep moving, just pushed by the actual spell itself, you suddenly find yourselves surrounded by people. You are in what seems to be a waiting queue. You look around it, you see trees, different houses. Everything, the architecture itself looks very different to what you're used to. It's traditional, but at the same time modern, and you recognize materials on the houses that you've never seen or even heard of, like unusual textures and metals. And in front of you, as you are, As you look in the sky, you still see that roiling mist all in the sky. There is no sun, there is no blue clouds, there is nothing there, just roiling mist. But as you look around yourselves, you see all these people. They're talking to each other, different races, mainly humans, halflings. There is a few dragonborns, elves, gnomes, all variety of different races. And you are there. What do you guys do?
So, do I still see that cyclone, or is that completely gone? I
The
only saw it for-
cyclone is gone at the moment. You just see yourself to be in some kind of I wouldn't say it's a room, it's like an open space. So you are in some kind of path. In front of you there is like a gate that says welcome to the Radiant Citadel, and you see that there is some kind of discussion going on. You see a few soldiers wearing this unusual metallic at the same time kind of crystal-y armor, and there is, you recognize some kind of mage that is there with a blue pointy hat, long white beard, and he's kind of like arguing with someone. An old Gandalf there, yeah.
I'll just say, there was a cyclone. It was there. Guys, we're in the right place. I need to figure out how to get up there.
The cyclone?
There was a cyclone. I saw it with Green Song. That's how I'll get to the painting.
Oh, right.
Okay, well,
that's where we're going.
I will say as well, when ready, I have locate objects sorted, so we can find it. While these two were sorting out that tattoo, I made sure me and Yadu did my ritual to get the spell. So that's ready for the day.
Okay. See if you can do that really quickly. And Errol's just gonna try to test him to see if he can jump or anything like that. I suppose he can't, but he's just gonna desperately try to see if he can go upward.
We're in a queue. What are we?
As you try to jump, you are aware that this place seems to have gravity, and you are jumping as you will jump normally, and you seem to be in a queue at the end of a queue. You are the last to arrive. As you look back, there is no portal or gate. You just appear there.
Gotcha. In that case, Ziki, see if you can locate the object at least. We're gonna, I guess, have to go through this queue. Maybe then we can explore the rest of the plane.
I will say it's 1,000 feet, so if it's not within 1,000 feet for the next 10 minutes, we probably won't see much, but I'll take out from my deck of cards oh god, I had it a second ago. I'll take out
How far away was the cyclone?
Would you say it's within 1,000 feet?
That's only 1 mile.
DMs?
That's not very far.
You don't know until you
Yeah, no.
You don't know.
Well, it lasts for 10 minutes, so I'll take out the missionary card and just kind of fling it up in the air, and it starts to spiral around myself. And as it does, it starts to. No one else sees this, but I do. It starts to like pulse, like a sort of sonar around me, and as the card just kind of returns to me, and I know where the crate would be if it's within 1,000 feet for the next 10 minutes as we're walking around.
Okay. As you cast your spell, you know that you will be aware of its location if it's within range, and you pinned nothing. There is nothing around. However, as all of you look, you can see this picture that I just displayed. There is a huge. You are at the moment, I'll pin here where you are. You are there. You see what I'm pinning?
Yeah, I see it. It's on
Yeah.
the top right corner.
So
yeah.
you are on that very corner, and from there you see like a great expanse. You see the gate, but then behind the gate there is this huge crystal that points kind of towards the sky. It's like one of the biggest things that you ever seen in terms of structures, and it seems like a crystal on the middle of nowhere. At this point, it seems to be glowing with a hue. Like a green color, like an olive green color itself. So the whole thing is, the crystal is green, olive green.
Whoa.
Team Green.
We're definitely in the
after
right
all.
place.
Yeah, well,
Beautiful here. I'd like it if I didn't
Indeed.
feel like shit.
yeah, same. I will say, spell's not picked anything up. But hopefully over the next 10 minutes, while we're walking around, something may pop up.
How many times can you cast this?
About 3. Well, another 2 times today.
Okay.
Okay, we'll use it sparingly then until we have a little bit more of a lead on it. But thank you, Ziggy. Yeah, plane shifting like that. Plane shifting like that takes a little bit getting used to.
Blop,
That's why I like
blop,
portals.
blop, 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 blop. You see a creature behind you, blop, 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 and it kind of says, "I jump in the queue," and you realize that this creature seems to be made of jelly. It has the shape of a humanoid, but it kind of seems to be made of some green gelatin kind of texture. Bloop. He asks you, "Q."
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Bloop. And he just kind of like jumps a second and he stands on the queue with the arms crossed.
Could you possibly tell us what this queue is about?
Blop, blop, radium citadel. Blop.
Oh, Q to get in.
Entrance.
Thank you.
Does it cost
Nope.
something to get in?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Oh,
What's the cost?
But I'm not. Depends on. They all tell you. Different for each creature.
Can't imagine them really valuing gold and platinum here, guys. This isn't the
Oh, no.
material
go to
thing.
Yagu's shell.
It's wonderful. They're going to look at us and decide how much we cost. I love that.
Errol,
Yeah.
I just want to add, with that natural 20 on your perception, you feel this subtle pull towards the citadel itself. You see your equipment just kind of... It's very hard. Only your elven eyes could perceive this, as your hilt of your blade is slightly askew, like it's shifting towards it. You see a couple of your trinkets kind of slightly in a different angle, as this is kind of pulling. It's very, very subtle, and you also see this on your companions as well. Like whatever loose items that they're having on there, it's just this kind of slight kind of pull towards it. You don't feel it. You don't feel it on your body, but you can see it on the trinkets itself.
Guys, look at your belts. Guys,
Oh, interesting.
What about my
not
belt?
sure. It's like pulling us towards the citadel, from what I can tell.
Is that why the paintings ended up there? It has like a draw.
Gravity well. It's a gravity well. This crystal.
Ew.
In that case,
I
you,
don't know
you
what
had
that
no
is.
chance of making one of these. Harold, sorry, you had no chance of making one of these.
Yeah.
Not to-
No, you're right.
Not to shit on your abilities, but
No,
Let's try that.
I agree with you. You're right. I would.
But it doesn't matter. We got here.
Oh,
In that case, we'll just need to get in then. That might be the best way to find it.
How big is the queue?
Yeah. And how fast is
you?
it moving?
Oh, the queue.
Oh,
Makes
like at this point, as you are talking and stuff, there is only 3 people at this point left in front of you. Now that you are really close, you realize that the guards that seem to be humanoids before, as you were a bit further, you see their faces. They are hippopotamus people, huge in stature as well.
Gifts,
Um,
if you...
any
Oh,
pings over the
like-
last 10 minutes as we've been talking?
Like Bapondius.
Not at all.
The Lord Bapondius.
Yeah,
Hmm.
you have seen Lord Popondius. You remember him discussing it as well. These creatures are gifs or gifts.
Can we listen into what they have to pay in order to get in?
Make a perception check
Yeah, I would be interested in that.
to hear. Actually, it depends how close you want to. You could be like really get so close that you can hear everything. If you prefer as well.
Aki doesn't have boundaries, so I think that'd be alright.
Natural.
I can
wow.
join
Oh,
them.
Not that it matters.
So, all right, amazing. So I guess Bruce, but Aki just being so close, make it an advantage as well, because you're like right there. You see a hippo is looking. He kind of looks at you like, who is this? That is getting so close.
There's a ringing
Yeah.
in his ears after that as well.
Yeah, and all of you feel like a kind of like a weird sensation within your bodies as well, like almost like a tiny blip in your ears, like this is what this place normally does. You gather that after a second. Yagu, you having troubles. Ruin keeps moving around your talking to you, I guess, and you don't really fully hear.
Anna, listen. Stop moving, Yagu.
Yeah.
You're itching. This. Come on, dude. Have you ever had a bug on yourself?
Stop. I can kind of hear the conversation. Shh.
Yeah,
Yagu,
so you hear both of you, actually three of you, Ziggy as well. You get the conversation. There seems to be a misunderstanding. One of the kind of like a human man, quite big as well and chunky. Just looking at him, you can see he's a barbarian. He doesn't seem to be understanding the money concept very well, and he's like, "What do you mean I have to pay? I'm registered already." "Have you changed your name recently? Your name is not here, sir. I don't know how much." "My name." And he's kind of like all confused, like super confused. Time passes, and they are saying to him that as he doesn't really understand, he will have to, for now, pay the standard fee. That is 200 silver pieces. Okay, payment. He starts kind of like getting coins out. The clinking, and the mage is taking the coins off his hand and kind of counting it, like he's like got this kind of like bunch of coins on his hand, and then once he counts, okay, and that's 198, 200 silver. "I'll take some gold as well to make it easy," the mage says to him. "All right, thank you. So what should I... Well, as you are not registered fully, it seems there has been a misunderstanding. I would recommend for you to go to the office and register yourself immediately to avoid this further future." "Okay." And he kind of walks inside. The gate kind of like seems to like almost like there is an invisible force on the gate. You see that when he passes, it kind of warps as he passes, like almost like a bouncing energy. And he's inside.
Next! Come on through now.
We walk up.
Yep.
Errol,
Yeah.
lead the way, or anyway, the face of our party, one of the faces, lead the way, please.
Can I try to roll a
Aki will
stealth
go as
check
well.
just to hide inside of Yagu's shell as best as I can?
I mean, if you were fully inside his shell, you'd be able to hear the conversation that well. So I will say make it a disadvantage, as you were like popping your ear quite close.
Make a stealth check with disadvantage.
Yeah.
Is that right? Yeah. Okay.
Can I use my inspiration to make it a straight roll?
If it's what you wish, yeah, please.
Oh,
Nice.
Yeah, as you are kind of hiding, you see that one of the hippo guards is like staring at you, but he doesn't say anything. "Welcome to the Radiant Citadel." This mage looks at you. If you guys out of character, he's identical to Gandalf. Just think of Gandalf right there. Ian McKellen. Just
Marilyn.
You are so tall.
Oh no! Thank you very much. That's a good compliment. What? I assume you're coming to visit the Citadel.
Yes. Yes, we
we
have
are.
business here.
Welcome. Is
Thank
it your first time here?
Yes.
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 Have you... Therefore, you've never registered to the Citadel?
No.
Nope.
No.
Oh well. You see that he kind of like for a second he just looks at you and he kind of like moves his hands in an unusual way, and you feel these runes kind of appear in the air around you. You just see them for a second. Okay. So all of you, perfect. You will have to register straight away as you enter. One of our staff will escort you to the registration office. From there, you could do and pursue whatever brings you here.
Okay.
The toll based on your... Sorry, what did you say, young man? He looks...
Yeah. Yes. Well, so we pay the toll now. We register, then we can just come and go as we please.
Yes, that will be... Registration takes a while based on what you have on you at the moment, and your income has been calculated. Each of you will pay 50 gold pieces to get in. Extra benefits are included in
Bruce,
that
I-
price.
You spot me, Bruce. I literally spent all my money getting potions of healing.
Bruce will dip into the party fund and will give 50 gold for each person over, so that's 300 gold from the party fund to the guards. You mentioned something about extra benefits. Does that require us to pay extra on top of the 50 gold?
No, this is included on your fee. Sometimes it could take a while, so we like to keep our guests entertained. So there will be complimentary food, drinks, and perhaps some entertainment as well.
Oh, jolly good.
Does
Bruce.
that include a place to stay? I'm just curious.
Oh no, but you might be able to find a place to stay based on how long you wanna stay here for. But all of that will be addressed in your registration form and office. Do not worry.
Whoever wants to
You are
make
an
a
unusual. Go on.
whoever wants to make an insight check
Yes.
can do so based on what you have just heard, and you'll get a bit of information based on that.
Oh,
Good grief.
My God.
Wow.
We all just believe him.
Joey and Bruce spent all of our nat 20s.
Yeah. Errol.
Worth it.
Just you. This wizard that is speaking to you, telling you about the toll and your registration, it hits you in a way where you remember the great reader, what's her name, Kazrin, saying to you that the people in this place are people that are trying to stay away from society, so maybe run away or have wanting to leave the material plane for their existence. So the people that live here are afraid of things that are coming in, and this registration system has been placed to make sure maybe the safety of the people, or to keep an eye out. Their system that is placed in place is to keep a check on those people that coming in and out. It is not for something they're doing it to money or con people, but it is done to ensure the safety of the people in the Radiant Citadel. And that's kind of what you glean from there. Sorry, Cisco, carry on.
No, it's cool. And then once you pay him, as you do, Bruce. Oh, thank you very much. I assume you are the patron of this group, sir.
No, we work together as we're a guild, I suppose you'd call us. We're called the Caravan. The Caravan.
Oh, a caravan.
Caravan of Chaos. The Cox.
Caravan of Chaos. I hope you're not planning of creating chaos here. Otherwise, it might not be a good idea for you to enter in first place.
Oh no, not our intention. I elbow Errol for that's why I stopped the caravan.
Without further ado, please enter our gate. And he kind of like taps his staff against the gate, and everything shines a little bit gold. You see that he's kind of putting a unnecessary display of magic, and the whole thing shines. And now all these runes around the gate. and a hippo person, soldier dressed with this unusual crystal metallic armor, kind of goes in front of you, looks back, and he enters.
So these people probably aren't gonna have a warm reception, and I know the name's weird, but it was so worth it. Worth it. Dropping the name every time.
I'll
Also-
elbow you again then.
The blob person is pushing whoever is the last is kind of like pushes himself
Also-
towards you.
So a lot of this place is very hard to get to. So I get a feeling a lot of these people don't want to be disturbed or bothered, but we are gonna have to look for this painting. So we'll just try to, I guess, keep our namesake to a minimum, I guess.
That's why I stopped at Caravan, not finishing with Of Chaos. But,
I mean, to be fair, anybody that might know one of us here might figure it out.
Oh.
Honestly, maybe the Caravan's just a good name for now.
I like that. Just the caravan.
Sorry,
Yeah,
Aki.
let's leave the chaos part out of it since we're already chaotic
So,
enough.
or at least just for now.
Okay,
I think
for now.
people will figure out the chaos part on their own.
Yeah.
We should
So-
probably go get our registration figured out for it now, don't you all think?
yes, so
Yeah.
we get registered, we speak to those in charge, say, hello, we're here looking for something, could we do you a favor? Could you send us back after we've done our job here? That sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
Especially the last
Hopefully.
part.
If we ask people to send us back, should we not use the word Candlekeep? Should we ask for
Baldur's
another
Gate.
known location? Yeah, for
Could we-
instance.
Baldur's Gate.
That just
I'm
say
just worried
send
that
us
if we-
back from our realm and not
To the material plane, and then
location.
we'll work our way back after that.
We shouldn't give out too much information because they'll be curious why we were sent
Come
here. and
on,
we-
why you not entering? You are stopping the queue. Will you enter or leave? now?
Oh, come
Oh,
on.
we
Yeah,
suck.
so
Okay.
today-
Okay,
Oh,
okay,
really, we're
sorry,
walking
sorry.
in
We're
while
walking.
talking
We're
to
walking here.
Okay, as you walk in, all of you kind of like have this weird sensation, the similar to when you plane shift, and you find yourself on an open door building, like you just been transported there. On that building, you see registration office, and the hippo looks back. Come on, I don't have all day. Let's go.
I guess I'll go first.
Yeah, let's go.
And Daryl will just step up and just look at some paperwork in front of him and try to fill it out to the best of his ability.
As you enter the place, you see all this. The whole place itself is a building made of little desks, like almost like a school desk, but each of them have like a separated walls with them. You know, so imagine the whole thing. It looks like one of those Japanese Tokyo kind of bedroom hotel thingies with little cubicles. So it's like almost like that. And the hippo says, I'll have a place for you. Each of you go in one of these. And he starts kind of like pointing to the different cubicles.
And Daryl will enter that cubicle.
Are they all on ground level, or do we have to try
Yeah.
and climb it?
You see that there is more on higher level, but they seem to be occupied. It's just weird. It seems like the ones at the top, most of them are occupied, but the ones at the bottom aren't.
It's like a hive.
Okay.
As you
Uh,
as you go and sit down at this desk, you see a woman that comes up, and you see how she's chewing gum, and she's like, "Okay, here's the form. Please fill it up. You gotta put your full name, age. Make sure you take every biological lineage type, gender. If you use pronouns, please put those in as well. We need your permanent address and residence." Meaning if you're coming from a different world or plane, please put that in. Who you're employed by, your job title and description of what you guys do in terms of what your group is, and the reason and estimated time of the visit. Please do not lie, we will find out. Thank you. And she does that all the way through as you all kind of sit down.
How do you
this is
figure that
Aki's
out?
actual face listening to that.
Any of you who actually has any magic ability, you feel that this desk is very, very, very magical. If any of you can cast one spell, you will know. I guess it's actually almost all of you.
I mean, I don't know if
Bruce.
Bruce's rituals count.
Yeah, I guess even you, Bruce, you feel it, even though you only use those kind of magics from your totem spirit warrior thingy, but you feel it super magical as well.
Taps,
Can I
Make
make an
an
Arcana
Arcana
check?
check.
Yeah.
Yeah,
taps the table.
anyone who wants can do that.
This is wild space system. What is a? Is this like a pop quiz?
Oh God, Bruce keeps bashing the table. This is rather fascinating. What's this funny feeling I get from this?
Okay. Anyone who's got higher than a 10 at this point, Harold, you are feeling a bit nervous and anxious as this is a crucial moment for you, and you feel it innately that time has passed somehow. Bruce, you look at the form and just the thought of how complicated the words that this uses and everything is kind of like moving around the form, like as you do.
No. Oh
And
no.
but the rest of you figured out you are under a Son of Truth in this desk.
Every time she walks past me.
So
Oh.
you will.
Excuse
So
me,
you
I
will.
can't.
Would I be familiar with this because I've been
Yeah.
under the zone of truth before?
Yeah, you will know that you are not able to lie under the Son of Truth. So to fill in this form, you will have to be fully honest or not answer. And you do know that the woman just told you to make sure you fill in everything as well.
I'm gonna like put my arm over the paper as I write.
Harold is just gonna truthfully answer as much as possible, knowing also to be part of their paranoia, I guess.
This is truth as according to the person filling it out. There's not an existential or objective truth. This is how the person conceives of it.
Yeah, I mean your own perception of the truth. No, like
Yeah.
if you are not sure of, like as you call out, Bruce, asking for help. Mo, does anyone come?
Yeah. Yeah. How can I help you?
Hello, sorry to bother you. I have a little trouble with
Uh-huh.
writing and reading on occasion. This form is not making any sense to me. I don't suppose you could help with a scribe or some kind.
I mean, you just need to put your name. She points at the paper. Just put your name there.
I can do that bit. He writes he scrolls his name.
And then your age there.
I do that.
And then and she goes one by one, standing there slowly.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. Oh bugger, wrong one. Is that going to be a problem? I put it in the wrong line there.
Maybe, and she pulls out a paper. Maybe some details about yourself here as well.
Very well. Bruce.
Oh, your candle? Can you? I might
Yes.
come visit there soon.
It's
I'll
a interesting
be
place.
giving- And she tucks it in her cleavage, and she goes, "Well, I guess your registration's done. Thank you." She takes.
Can I insight her, please?
I just added just quickly. She will say as well that your wild space system based on Candlekeep, it will be realm space.
Realm space.
Aki's drawn a picture of what he remembers of the Sword Coast, and this is where he's from.
He's gonna write. Harold will.
Make it
These
insight.
questions don't make sense.
I will.
Mas, can you help me write this down?
Sure, I'm trying to get mine down as well. I'm quite good with a calligraphy. It should hopefully be all right.
Hey, you seem like the only one here that actually writes or something, so I just went to you.
Well, I will say, I do love these people, but when it comes to a college or university level of smarts, none of us are really up there. I think I'm closer, but well, give Bruce an axe, second to none. Give him a book, maybe not. Don't you dare repeat this to him.
I wouldn't know how to, so.
I can
Right.
weaponize the book. I can use for improvised weapons.
Yep.
Better than
Hardback
before.
book, dangerous.
Bruce, with that insight check, do you see her? She's totally into you.
Oh, for crying out loud, another one. why is the bard not the first trap? It's always fucking Bruce. He doesn't know
Because
what the
he's
fuck
not
he's
into
doing.
people.
Yeah, I think the bard emits an aura his interest in those kind of matters, I guess.
Wow,
She-
just like in real life.
Yeah, she took your details on a scrap piece of paper down as well, and she stuck that away. So,
Oh,
geez.
Oh.
Might visit Candlekeep later, she said.
Mhm.
it's jolly good. He's smiling.
This is against HIPAA rules.
She's chewing her gum, and she kind of moves along after that, giving you a wink. And yeah, Cisco.
As any of you complete the form, if you have filled in everything correctly, you see that the form kind of like fizzles out and becomes gold dust that flies into a higher area of where you are. Like,
Oh.
however, Aki, who else didn't know any of these things here? I know it seems a bit silly, but is everyone filled in everything actually?
I would say Harold
I
had
believe
knows
that
enough
one
to
off.
and everything,
Should
including
place
the.
it-
I've put my
Place of
age
birth.
and that's it.
Okay,
Uh,
then
Errol-
your paper will then go. Whoever didn't fill in everything, their paper will stay there.
Harold filled in everything, including the
Does
emergency-
unknown count?
Mhm.
Right,
Can we
Stay
put
like-
unknown?
If that's the truth, then it counts.
Right, okay. Then I guess if it'll accept kind of drawings with arrows about places, then it would go.
Okay,
Yes, depend.
make a performance check to see how good these drawings are, to see if people can actually understand them, and based on that, the magic computer will. Okay, with an 18, they're pretty logic, So eventually, first you see your form about to fizz out, and then kind of like returns to physical form, and you look at the drawing and you think, oh, maybe this is not easy to understand.
You're
But
doing
you-
hieroglyphs.
Yeah, but you kind of like start refining the glyphs, and then the paper fizzles out into gold dust as well and flies into the air. However, yours remains ruined.
What do you mean by full name? Like whole name?
You hear in your mind true name as you answer this question to the paper. Ask this question to the paper into the air.
And I try to write my name, not my.
You're writing ruin synergy on it?
You have to roll you either have to try write your true name, or you will not be able to write. As you try to start writing, you realize that your hand, you can't. You're not able to actually write things that are not true.
I'm gonna cover up with my hand again and just write my real name, write the name, put male, place of birth unknown.
You look 1 second behind, and you see this mage. This cleric dressed in golden tunics, kind of silver inlay, full clerical outfit. He looks at you. You seem to be having problems filling the form.
No problems, none at all.
All right. And he stands with his arms crossed, looks at you, and as he looks at you and all of you are there finishing your form, we will leave it there for tonight. Thank you very much.
Overcame our greatest enemy, bureaucracy.
Bureaucracy.
Paper
Gandalf was a lot.
Ugh.
Gandalf was very pushy. We should have told him we were going to go through that gate precisely when we meant to.
Hey, he
Yeah.
said he was in blue. That's clearly Merlin from the Disney Sword in the Stone.
Yeah. My
Amazing.
mind went as
I
well.
thought that's what you were gonna say. I was like, it's Merlin.
Alright, let's just
Alright.
sign off here.
Thank you very much, guys. Thanks for watching. Thank you to Darren Curtis for his awesome music, and to James Webster as well for his art, and to Mo and all of you for playing here, and for you watching at home. It's been a pleasure like always, and we will see you on Sunday for more Gothic Horror Adventure, or here next Tuesday. All the best, and thank you again.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Boy.